Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's Pick a Stone reading, we are going to be finding out what the person you are thinking of felt the last time they saw you. And this is going to include what they felt about you, what they felt about themselves and their actions, and what they felt about the connection as a whole. If it makes more sense for your situation, you can also watch this reading as what they felt last time they spoke to you, if it wasn't an in-person interaction. I am going to be assuming that we are looking at interactions that happened in the 3D here. If that's not the case for you, you are still welcome to watch this reading, but just keep in mind that there may be some messages that don't entirely fit with your situation. So this is just a part of the reading today because we also have another part on Adora's Light's channel, who is collaborating with us today, and her reading is going to be what will happen the next time you see them. So over here on my channel, we are looking at the last time, and on her channel, we're looking at the next time. So for those of you who are not familiar with Adora's Light, aka Amorinette, aka Cindy, she is another tarot reader here on YouTube and is actually one of the first tarot readers channels I ever watched. So this is kind of a special collaboration for me today. She is incredibly knowledgeable, not only on tarot, but on a plethora of spiritual topics. She has an amazing personality, an amazing aesthetic, and she's also a very insanely talented visual artist. And I myself have purchased a couple of art commissions from her. And actually, let me just throw them up on the screen. I got this one from her, which was a present for my stepmom's birthday. This is her with her parrot. And then this one is like an Aries Ram version of me. This was for the visual of my song Control It. She has both a tarot channel as well as more of like a vlogging lifestyles channel where she shares about spiritual topics she's interested in, her art, her daily life, and everything like that. So if you guys are not familiar with her yet, please do feel free to check her out. And Cindy, if you're watching this, I love you. Thank you so much for collaborating with me, and I really hope that we could meet in person very soon. All right, so there are 4 readings for you guys to choose from today, so I'm going to show you each of the stones one by one, and then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Number 1 is blue Chalcedony. Number 2 is Pyrite with Calcite. Number 3 is clear Quartz. And number 4 is Carnelian. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so this reading is for those of you who were drawn to the blue Chalcedony, and in this reading we are going to be finding out how the person you are thinking about, whom I will refer to as your person, was feeling about your last interaction, whether that was in person or not. So I'm going to start off the reading with a you versus them spread, but this is going to be all from the perspective of your person. So how your person perceived you in your last interaction, how they perceived themselves in your last interaction, and how they perceive the connection in general. So after we take a look at that, we will get a deeper dive into their feelings for you, and then we will finish off the reading with some messages and advice from your spirit guides about the connection or whatever it is that they want to talk to you about. So that's how it's gonna go. I also want to give a shout out today and a thank you to Bow Life, which is Vanessa Samayana's brand, for this beautiful rose quartz bracelet and ring. If you guys like these, I do have a promo code KINO10, which will get you 10% off anything in the shop, and it will be linked down below. So without further ado, let's start with my trusty cat paw cards and see what was going on in your last interaction. So the first card is going to represent how your person perceived themselves. And okay, we have the Fool coming out here. And then for how your person perceived you, we have the Chariot. So just in case it is relevant to you guys, we do have Aquarius energy and Cancer energy present here. That can be a confirmation for those of you who do have these signs in your chart or in your person's chart, but you definitely don't have to. And I just want to point out in general that we have the air element here on the side of your person and the water element here on your side, which could be representing that within this connection, your person is more the one who is in their head, who tends to think logically and make decisions with their mind, whereas you tend to be the more intuitive, sensitive, and emotion-driven one. And the other thing I want to point out is that the cats are facing in opposite directions. So you can see the way they're laid out here. It looks like they are moving away from each other, which can be interpreted in many different ways. This could be that you guys are currently in a separation, that you're currently not in contact, could be that you guys have drifted apart, or at least that's how your person is feeling. They feel that you guys have kind of drifted apart, they feel some kind of distance from you, and maybe they are wishing and longing to be closer. Like they wish that they had more communication, more interactions with you. This is kind of how I'm seeing it. So, let's talk about your energy over here on this side. With the Chariot, this is somebody who is really going places in life, and I think that this is how they saw you in your last interaction. The Chariot is somebody who is making a lot of progress. They're moving towards their success. They're moving towards their dreams. And it's very interesting, the contrast between the Fool, because the Fool has absolutely no idea where he's going. Like if you look at this card, he is literally about to walk off the roof of a building, totally not looking where he's going, doesn't have a plan. And this is in the traditional meaning of the Fool as well. So when I compare these two energies, what I think your person was thinking the last time you spoke or the last time you saw each other is like, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? Like they looked at you and really felt like you had it together, really felt like you are going places. And then when they look at themselves in comparison, maybe they kind of feel like they don't really have a plan, or they don't really know what they're doing. They don't really have it together. And remember, this is just their like subjective experience, you know? There's a lot of times where we look at somebody and think that they're so amazing and think that they're going places, but on the inside, they're like, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. So if you think your person is like amazing, if you think they're doing great things, I'm not saying that's not true, but I have a feeling on the inside, they don't feel as together as you might see them. And vice versa. If you guys feel like you don't have it together, that doesn't mean that they still don't perceive you as somebody who is amazing, going to amazing places and doing amazing things. So I think there's something about your last interaction that kind of kicked their butt a little bit, where they're like, man, I gotta figure my life out. And this might be in the sense of like their career, their path that they're taking. It could actually also be in the sense of maturity or in the sense of emotional intelligence. Like I'm thinking about that intuitive, sensitive, emotionally intelligent energy of the Chariot as it's associated with Cancer. They might have come out of this interaction like, damn, this person really knows who they are. And I feel like maybe I don't really know who I am, or I don't really know what I want, and maybe I should be doing some soul searching. So this can definitely be from an emotional or a spiritual perspective as well. But I feel like there was something you said to them, or just the way you were presenting themselves to you, that kind of kicked them into gear and made them realize that they kind of have to grow up a little bit, and they kind of have to find their direction a little bit. I think the Fool can have a lot of positive interpretations because it's about like being open and not having too many attachments, not having too many expectations. But just in this context of how they're perceiving themselves, I am taking the Fool word quite literally. Like they might have felt a little bit foolish when they look at, you know, where they're at in life, when they look at how much growth or lack thereof they have had. And I do think that this person thinks really, really highly of you. They see you as someone who is very mature, knows who you are, what you want, where you're going, and they do want to kind of emulate is the word that's coming to my mind. I don't know if that's the right word, but they do really look up to you and see you as a role model in many ways for the type of person that they want to become. So I think that that is one of the primary things that was really going through their mind the last time they saw you or the last time you guys spoke. It's interesting too that on the Fool card, we have this butterfly that is sneaking up on them, which of course is a symbol of transformation, change, metamorphosis. So whatever was said or whatever energy they were feeling the last time you guys were together, I feel like they really came out of that interaction with a desire to change for the better, and a desire to grow so that they can be like you because they're so inspired by you, but also so that they can like meet you on your level and really become somebody who is suitable for you and somebody who is worthy of you. The Chariot can also have a feeling of like moving on because of course she's like moving away full speed ahead. So there might be a feeling of like this person feeling left behind by you, whether that's like you physically moved away to pursue something, or maybe they're feeling that you have emotionally moved on from them. They're feeling like you are over them. And like I was kind of picking up at the beginning of the reading, I do feel this person has some kind of longing for things to be the way they were before. It's like they feel that you guys were much closer in the past, and it's like you grew and you developed and they kind of stayed where they are. And the last interaction was like a wake-up call for that. Like, wow, I haven't really found my direction. I haven't really made much progress. And so since seeing you last time, I feel like they've really been hard at work to figure out what their direction is and to do soul searching with this butterfly. Like they are full on in their, what would you call it? In their transformation mode, I guess, since seeing you. So let's take a look now at our animal spirit cards. So on their side, we have the buffalo. And on your side, we have the turtle. So even more water, even more water energy coming through on your side, because this is how your person perceives you. With all this water, it could be indicating that you get this person very much in their feelings. Like they get very emotional when they're around you. They get very romantic around you. If this is a romantic connection, they have those kind of, yeah, like sappy fantasies about you. Whereas on their end, we had air here with the Fool, and now with the buffalo, we have earth energy. So this is a very practical energy coming through on their side. Like we spoke about before, I felt that air energy was really them being in their head, being more of like a logic or rational kind of person. And then with this earth energy as well, like this is very practical and grounded. So I can definitely see the contrast between the two of you, or at least how they perceive the contrast between the two of you. So let's talk about this turtle first and foremost. This actually gives me a strong vibe of intuition, especially when I see sea turtles like this. I think about how they just hatch out of their egg and intuitively know to go towards the ocean. So when I see a turtle, I really often associate it with intuition. And the fact that you guys on your side have this turtle, and then you have Cancer, which is a very intuitive sign, I really do think that this person admires your spiritual and intuitive side. And actually, the way it's coming through to me is like they kind of envy it. Like the way that you can value your emotions, act on your emotions, and let them be a compass in your life. It's like this person feels like they don't even know how to do that. Like they cannot just feel something and let themselves feel it and validate it. There's something in them that always just wants to like break it down and analyze it see if they can make sense of it and make it go away, and so that they can just keep acting based on what makes sense and what is practical. I think they have a hard time just being and just being present with their emotions. So for you guys who are able to do that, it's something that they really, really admire. So if you're ever worried like, oh, I'm being too emotional about this person, or I'm being too emotional around them, don't be, because even if they don't show it, they wish that they could be like that. They wish that they could be open and let their feelings out and be vulnerable like that. And I think that this is something that they're actively trying to do right now as we speak. They are trying to tap into their emotions because you were a catalyst for that. You were a catalyst for their emotional and spiritual awakening that they're going through right now. Another symbol of the turtle is longevity. It's slow, but it has longevity. So, and actually someone did point out to me in comments a while ago that sea turtles are not slow when they're in the water, but I am thinking of turtle as like a slow energy. But something that is there to stay, something that lasts. And I feel like this person does have a deep knowing that they want you around for a long time, or even that you are going to be around for a long time. It's like they want this for the long haul. They want to be around for the long haul. So I think when they see you kind of outgrowing them, when they see you moving on to other things, it might make them a little bit anxious because they feel like they want to catch up with you. They feel like they want to become somebody who is on your level and somebody who can stick around for a long time. And with this buffalo energy here, like I said, this is earth energy. More specifically, this could also be Taurus energy. I feel like this person is working on, it's like they want to become abundant. They want to become sure of themselves. And a big part of that is being able to provide for you and being able to become somebody who adds value to your life. I'm thinking of the buffalo in, it's a different spirit animal deck by Colette Baron-Reid, but it says the abundant universe will provide. And so it's like they want to become this abundant presence in your life that can provide for you, that can offer support to you, that can offer guidance or whatever it is that you need. But it's like, as they saw themselves in your last interaction, I think they felt like there was not much that they could do for you. And there's not much that they could offer to you. And they want to remedy that. So this person right now is really working towards bettering themselves and also working towards their dreams, because the buffalo spirit is about manifesting our dreams, working hard, moving towards our goals. I'm thinking of that Taurus energy that is like perseverant and persistent and is making practical plans for what they want to do. So whether you guys are in contact with this person right now or not, I really do see them behind the scenes putting in lots of work towards self-improvement, lots of work towards their goals, and just know that you are a huge inspiration for this, whether they tell you that or not. When they see you in all your glory, that's how it's coming through, because they really see you in this beautiful highlight. It just naturally makes them want to be better. They simultaneously want to be with you and want to be like you. This is how it's coming through. And they don't want to just be like, the phrase that's coming to me, and it sounds harsh, but it's like they don't want to just be like dead weight in your life or just like hanging around for no reason. They really want to make your life better and they really want to add value. So if there is any separation going on, that might be why. If they felt like, I cannot add anything to your life, I cannot be like a positive influence in your life right now, this is what they want to work on, this is what they want to change, this is how they want to come back to you. So now we're going to take a look at our constellation cards and see how they are feeling about this connection in general. So we have subtlety, knowledge, and love. Oh my goodness. Okay, first thing that I absolutely need to point out is that we have 2 pink cards and 1 green card. Pink and green are the colors that are associated with the heart chakra, and I mean, we even freaking have the word love here. So for a lot of you guys, this person is in love with you, or they are in the process of falling in love with you, but either way, they have very strong and tender feelings towards you. The connection between you guys, I feel, is the strongest in your heart space, meaning that you have a lot of compassion for each other, meaning that when you are together, you go into this nurturing mode where you just want the absolute best for the other person. You just want to cradle them and support them and make them feel safe and comfortable and loved. You want to shower each other with affection. I feel like this person has a very affectionate and soft spot for you in a way that they might not have or have ever experienced with other people. They see you as adorable and they want to shower their adoration on you. They always are hoping that you have the best of the best in life and that life is easy on you. Like, they want life to be easy and comfortable for you. If you guys have a psychic connection, again, I feel that it would be the strongest in the heart space, meaning that you might have the ability to pick up on each other's emotions or just intuitively know how the other person is feeling, whether you are together or not, whether you are in contact or not. This would be a connection that that transcends your physical 3D location. So let's get into the words on these cards now. With subtlety here, I feel like this person is maybe not so overt when it comes to these feelings for you. Like, maybe they're not the type to put it into very clear words or very grand physical gestures, but it's more just something that they are thinking and feeling on the inside. This might have to do with a lack of confidence on their part. But with subtlety, it might also be that they're just not very big on, like, you know, like they're not big on being sappy or PDA or things like that. But I feel like they try to hint to you. They try to hint to you how they are feeling. Now, it may be too subtle for you to pick up or to realize that, you know, they're hinting on these feelings of love, but I do get that at least they are trying. They are trying to show this to you. And with knowledge, like, I can even think of subtlety and knowledge as like a deep knowing, a deep gut feeling. So hopefully deep down you know that this is the case, that these feelings of love are there. I think even for them, like, deep down they know that you can feel it from them, and deep down they know that you feel it too. But I feel like for the most part, this goes largely unspoken, at least from them, but maybe on both of your ends. It's like, it's subtle, it's unspoken, but you just know. You just know that there is this beautiful love there that exists between the two of you, and that could really never go away. And it's so interesting that you have, like, the buffalo and the turtle, because these are both energies that are like slow and steady, that build over time and that have a lot of staying power. So I really feel like these feelings could not go anywhere, at least not in the immediate future. Like, if you guys were to move on and get over each other, I feel like it would take a long time. And maybe you would never completely get over each other. It's like, on the surface, you have this fear that the other person is like moving on or moving away from each other. But on the inside, it's like that could never happen. And it's just a fear that you have because you care about each other so much and you don't want to lose each other. But deep down, you know. Deep down, you know that this love is something special and it could never be replaced. It could never be changed. It could never disappear. Wow. Okay. So let's move into the deep dive part of this reading. We're going to get out our tarot deck and take a deeper look into how this person is feeling about you and your connection. What did this person think or feel the last time they interacted with you. So we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords deals with negative, pessimistic thinking. It deals with someone who is very much in their head and overthinking. This, to me, it's very interesting paired with the Fool card, because remember, this Fool card is how they were perceiving themselves in the last interaction with you. And you know, when we're very nervous, when we're very anxious, or when we're like very in our head, we can end up being kind of spacey, kind of awkward, or just come off foolish. Like, I'm thinking of all the times I've been stressed out or preoccupied and somebody's talking to me and it's just going completely over my head. Maybe they felt like they were so nervous about seeing you, or, you know, so nervous about how they were coming across to you, that they couldn't really be present with you. They couldn't really relax. And I want to be clear here that this has nothing to do with like you being someone who makes them uncomfortable. Like, if anything, I think it's the complete opposite. It's just that I feel like this person really gets in their head, and if they were able to slip more into this water energy, more into this emotion energy, I feel like they could flow with you so nicely. They could just let go and enjoy the moment and allow their feelings to arise. But it's like they're always on guard. They're always trying to overthink and overanalyze, and it ends up backfiring, because it's like they're so concerned about coming across a certain way that they come across as weird. And it's like, if you want to be chill, then just chill, like just relax. And I wish that they could just relax around you, but it's like with this Nine of Swords, they're so worried about something. And usually we see in the Nine of Swords, there would be this person who is like in bed, they're losing sleep. And I'm thinking, you know, when you're trying to fall asleep and then your brain like replays some embarrassing or awkward thing that you did, or like replays something that you regret, and then it won't let you sleep. I feel like they might have this about your last interaction, whether it was something they said or something they didn't say. I do feel like they're harboring some kind of regret about the way things went. And that kind of, it can keep them up sometimes. It's like an intrusive thought that they have of like, I should have said that, I should have did that, or I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have done that. And I do feel for them, because this is like nerves, anxiety, and expecting the worst. And probably they're seeing themselves in a much worse light than what is true or how you saw them. Because this is a card about seeing things as worse than they actually are, or expecting things as worse than they actually are. Like we saw earlier with the Chariot, there was this feeling that you have outgrown them, or that you have moved on from them, or that they're not somebody who has a place in your life. And I feel like they may kind of be blowing those feelings out of proportion a little bit with this card here. Let's take another one and get a bit more information. What was this person thinking or feeling the last time they saw you? Okay, so we have two cards coming out at the same time. We have the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords. There's a lot of number 7 appearing in this reading. We have 2 sevens here. We have a 7 on the Chariot. So this might be a significant number for you guys, whether it's a number that you see, or somebody's born in July, or somebody's born on the 7th. Maybe somebody is a life path 7 as well. But that's interesting that they came out together. Oh, okay. I get it. So I was just like deeply interpreting this image in a reading a few days ago with this ship here. It's interesting to me that we have, you know, an air card, a card that represents being in your head, and a water card, a card that represents being in your feelings. And look at the difference in these images. Here we have a ship. So we have an open opportunity to sail away and go wherever you want. Here we have a closed door with the swords acting as a barrier. You see? So this is like freedom, this is movement, this is expansiveness, and this is restriction, this is being closed off. So this is painting a very vivid picture, and it's so interesting that they came out together. It's like when this person is in their head, they are restricted. They're closed off from being how they want and doing what they want to do. If they were to just slip into their feelings, they could sail away with you. And I feel like they are so pulled to you because of your emotional nature, because of your wateriness. It's like they so badly, there's this part of their soul that so badly wants to merge with that, but it's like their mind won't let them. It's almost like this person is afraid of letting loose or letting go. I'm thinking of someone who's like lost in the ecstasy of love and of intimacy and is just completely letting go of their inhibitions. It's like they're afraid of doing that because they don't know what's going to come out if they do that. Oh, wow. Okay, it's a little bit deep, but it's like they don't know who their true self is. So if they allow their true self to jump out, they don't know what they're going to get, and that's kind of scary. So they have to kind of keep it hidden so it doesn't come out and cause problems. It's like they're afraid of their own passion. They're afraid of their own ecstasy. They're afraid of their own freedom. And this is what is holding them back. And not just in the connection with you, but when you hold back on that part of yourself, I do think it's hard to find your direction, and it's hard to find what your goals are. When you're suppressing your passion, all you can do is like choose the path that is practical, choose the path that is gonna make money or make someone else proud. And it's like, I feel like this person just needs to let it fly, let their true self fly. And this is what they're working on right now. And maybe their regret is that they weren't able to do that they stayed subtle when they were with you last time, when really they just wanted to let go and let everything come spilling out. Okay, but back to this duality that we see here. It's so interesting because the meanings of these cards, it's illusion and deception. So their mind is really deceiving them here. Like the ship of their emotions is waiting for them. Like, here, come hop on me and I'll take you on a beautiful, passionate journey. But their mind tells them, no, you can't go. The door is closed. Like at any given moment, they could just jump on this ship, but they feel like they can't. And that is the way in which they deceive themselves. And that is the way in which they illusion themselves, if that's the right way to put it. So let's maybe we will get one last card. What were they thinking, or what were they feeling the last time they saw you? Oh, you guys, it's the Empress. Okay, this is totally how they see you. This is like the highest form of love, of nurturing, of affection. Yeah, we had love here, and I was already thinking for the majority of you, this person is in love with you or falling in love with you. Look, the Empress is even dressed in pink and green in this deck. So, and look, we have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck too, okay? So yeah, this person definitely is in love with you, feels very strongly for you, is seeing you as their counterpart, is seeing you as their person. Oh my gosh, you guys, like, the Empress, she is unconditional love, and she is also radiant beauty. I feel like this person finds you so beautiful inside and out. We mentioned before that they find you adorable, they find you inspiring, they find you successful, that you're doing amazing things or you're going to do amazing things. You are like this person's Venus, you are like this person's ideal. And they could never see themselves feeling the same way about somebody else or see you being replaced in their heart. Like you are there, you have solidified your position in this person's heart. Like, and those of you who are familiar with tarot and the Empress, you will know what I'm talking about when there is like no higher honor than to be depicted as the Empress. I'm smiling so much right now. And then we had the Lovers at the bottom of the deck as well. So you guys have a beautiful emotional connection, you have a beautiful intellectual connection, you have a psychic connection as well. This is like major soulmate energy coming through here. I almost didn't take an extra card and I'm so glad I did. Whew! All right, so to finish off the reading now, we're just gonna take cards from a couple more oracle decks, and this is going to be the messages and guidance from your spirit guides. I'm going to start with this one, the Fallback Oracle deck, and we'll see what your spirit guides want you to know. What messages or advice do your spirit guides have for you? Time for adventure. Turn waiting into living. Be spontaneous. Try new things. If not now, when? So how this message pertains to your person, this definitely looks like a call to action for them. Like your guides are trying to get this person off their butts. Even you, in your last interaction, you were inspiring this person to get off their butt. Like, what are you waiting for? Just let loose, just dive in. It's so interesting too that we have, you know, the energy of opening up, letting your emotions come out as water, because it's almost giving me that vibe of like somebody who wants to dive into a pool, but they're worried it's going to be cold, and they're like dipping their foot in, and then they're it's cold, and they dip their foot out, and it's like the fastest way is to just dive in, and that's actually the easiest way that you get used to the temperature. And I just think they're so anxious about it for some reason, and they're holding back, and their spirit guides are working with them right now to help them take the plunge. Now, how this message pertains to you, this may not resonate with everybody, but there may be a call to action within here for you as well. If this doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you, but some of you might be in a kind of stubborn energy within this connection where you're like, I'm not making any more moves towards this person. I'm not coming forward. If they want this connection, then they have to come and make a move towards me. But that's fair. Like if you establish that boundary, that's fair. But if you do want this person to come towards you, it's almost like it's not fair to be in this cold and distant energy and then expect them to feel invited towards you. Like it kind of has to be a two-way street. So if you want this person to be in your life, your guides are saying either make that action towards them, or at least make it known that you're open and that you're there for them. Because for some of you guys in this like, I'm not moving, I'm not going towards them energy, you're actually coming across as like intimidating or cold to them, or not very approachable. Okay, that just might be for some of you. But if you really don't want to make a move towards this person in any way, then I feel like this card is saying like, don't hold your breath for them. Stop waiting and keep living your life. This Chariot card, the way this person sees you, I feel like it's really accurate that you guys are amazing and that you will have amazing things going for you. So keep pursuing your dreams, keep pursuing the opportunities that are coming to you. Keep doing your thing. Your guides are saying you can go one way or the other. Like you can go towards this person, or you can move on and go on with your life. But when you're in this energy of like sitting there stubbornly waiting for them to come to you, but you're not going to do anything, that is giving very like mixed signals. So this is kind of like your guides saying to pick one way or the other, I think. Let's get one more card. Lessons. Karma teaches what you need to grow. There are no mistakes. You never lose. You always learn. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple cards now from the Angel Guidance deck. Let your past go. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it's now gone. So I see some parallels between these where we're not meant to dwell on the past. We are meant to learn what we can from it and move on in a more favorable direction. And again, I feel like this is a message that can apply to both you and your person, because I really think you both want a happy new beginning with each other, plain and simple. And your final card, time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. Wow, so there's a lot of messages about some cycle is coming to an end within this connection. Maybe for many of you, it is time to move on and do your thing and keep living your life, because I've seen that you're doing so. Well, first of all, it's good for you because you're not putting your life on hold and you're doing what's best for you. But I think it's what this person needs as well, because we've seen that you're doing so is something of a catalyst for them, that they're getting a wake-up call, that they're taking a look at themselves and the direction their life is going in. I saw at the beginning of the reading that wherever this person is right now, they are out there putting in the work on themselves. And I've also seen that this love is so strong and it's not going to go anywhere. So this may be a chapter in your connection where it's kind of like, let them go, and if they're meant to come back, then they will. So with faith that what is meant to be will stay in your life. And I really have a strong feeling with these cards that this is a very strong soul connection. So with that faith, maybe this person does need some space to figure their stuff out away from the connection, because I'm also remembering how this person only wants to be a positive influence in your life. They want to be in your life if they feel that they can really add value and feel that they can really make your life better. And with the way things are now, I don't really think that they have that confidence that they could be that in your life. I do think that they are where they need to be. They're doing the growth that they need to be doing. And again, it's entirely up to you if you want to move towards them or move on. But if I look at all the energies that have come out now, maybe this is a time for you guys to be apart and close off this cycle so that you can make room for something that is new and better for both of you, whatever that is for you. Okay guys, so these are all the messages that I have for you, so I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely check out Adora's Lights video if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number twos, so this reading is for those of you who were drawn to the Pyrite with Calcite, and in this reading we're going to be finding out how the person you are thinking of, whom I'll be referring to as your person, felt during your last interaction, whether that happened in person or not. So to give a quick breakdown of this reading, we are going to start with a you versus them spread, but this is all going to be from the perspective of your person. So we're going to see how they perceived you during your last interaction, how they perceived themselves during your last interaction, and how they perceive the connection in general. And after that, we will get a deep dive into their thoughts and feelings, during the time you were together or how they're feeling since then. And then we will close off the reading with messages and advice from your spirit guides about the connection or whatever it is they want to come through and talk to you about. And I also want to give a shout out and a huge thank you to Bow Life, which is Vanessa Samayana's brand, for this beautiful rose quartz bracelet and ring. If you guys like these, I do have a promo code KINO10, which will get you 10% off anything in the shop. All right, so without further ado, let's get into your reading, and we are going to start off with my trusty cat Paw Tarot for the you versus them situation. So the card representing them is the Hierophant, and the card representing you is Justice. So just in case it is relevant to you guys, we do have Taurus energy and Libra energy here. So if you or your person do happen to have those signs in your chart, this can be a confirmation for you, but it certainly doesn't have to be. I do want to point out though that both of these zodiac signs are ruled by Venus. So this is kind of giving me the feeling of you two being on the same page, on the same wavelength, being compatible, and everything like that. All right, so getting into the meanings of these cards now with the Hierophant here, this is how they perceived themselves during this interaction. And there is something here about like when they saw you last, this was what they wanted, or this was going according to plan. So for some of you, this might be in the very literal sense, like they literally invited you to hang out, or they literally reached out to you and then you agreed to see them. And that's how, you know, it went according to their plan. They got what they wanted, which was to see you. Or it can be a little bit more of an indirect way. I feel like for some of you, this person, like wherever you guys met, it's like they went there thinking that you were going to be there, or they went there with the hopes that they were going to see you there. Even if they played it off like, oh, like fancy seeing you here, I just happened to be here. Your guides are saying like, no, they were literally there because they thought that they might see you. They were trying to see you. And then for others, sorry, there's a lot of interpretations for this. It might be a little bit more abstract in that for some of you, I'm getting the message that this person had just recently made like a significant life decision, like they had chosen the course of their life, and then that led them to meeting you or to seeing you again. And then because of that, it gave them like a confirmation that, oh, I made the right choice, almost from a spiritual sense, because the Hierophant is a spiritual entity. And I find that he represents our connection to the universe, our connection to our higher self. So it's almost like if I made this life choice and it led me to you, this is my higher self showing me, look, you made the right choice because now you have this person in front of you. So whatever interpretation you guys might resonate with, or whatever your situation is, I do want you to know that this person was either planning to see you or they did want to see you. So when they did, it was like, ah, yes, just what I wanted. There's really this kind of feeling that is very strong for them. And I also want to say with the Hierophant that this person can see you in their long-term future. They might have even thought or fantasized a little bit about their future plans with you, whether that was something you guys talked about or not. And they definitely think that you are a very good match for them. It's so interesting too how we have like these two people and then the higher being is bringing them together. I'm not sure like how spiritual this person is, but it really looks like there's something within them on some level that believes that fate brought you together because you're just such a perfect match. The Hierophant can represent like-minded people, so they likely feel that you really get them, you really understand them. There's a message like, I don't have to explain myself or I don't have to repeat myself. And maybe that's something this person is used to because they're a little bit complex or they think in a way that is a little bit unconventional, but you just get it. Like, they don't have to do the whole spiel and explaining and justify how they think when they're around you because you're like, yep, I totally get it. I'm the same way. So they feel very comfortable around you for sure. And there's also a message in the Hierophant about a teacher or a mentor of sorts. Now, I think this can definitely go both ways. Like they feel like you have valuable knowledge and wisdom for them. and they have valuable knowledge and wisdom for you. It's looking like this person really enjoys the communication that they have between you, and they really enjoy like the intellectual aspect of your connection. And yes, like I said, they can definitely see a long-term future with you. Now, they are seeing you as justice, which is really cool because, like I said, this is Libra energy, 7th house energy, and this is literally, you know, the archetype of partnerships, of relationships, of counterparts, or the other half, so to speak. So again, this is really confirming to me that this person sees you as an amazing match for them. They could definitely see you as a partner, a romantic partner. Maybe they could even see the two of you working together in the future. But they really admire your intellect. They really admire your honesty. They admire your kindness. They always feel so good around you, and there's something like they feel very proud to know you because they see you as, and this is kind of a weird word I think, but like high caliber or high quality. Like you're special. There's not a lot of people who can make them feel that way, or who they enjoy being around as much as they enjoy being around you. And I also want to say, with all this Venus energy present here, there is probably a great deal of physical attraction going on here. Like this person finds you to be very beautiful, handsome, attractive. And honestly, even just me looking at this, I'm sure that the two of you are so compatible. It looks like you have a lot in common, and any differences that you do have, it's welcomed. Like you can learn different perspectives from each other. You can grow, you can learn from being around each other. And this just looks like a really, really pleasant dynamic, or there's potential for a really pleasant dynamic. So let's take a look now at our, what did I just drop? Okay, sorry. Let's take a look at our Animal Spirit Oracle cards. So on their side, we have the octopus, and on your side, we have the crow. All right, so in addition to Taurus and Libra energy, now we also have water energy here and air energy. So there's double air energy on your side. This can be another confirmation of this person really enjoying your communication and your intellectual relationship. But with swords and air energy being about the mind, this could also just be an indication that you are heavily on this person's mind. Like they think about you a lot, and I think that there is a desire to communicate with you more. But what I'm seeing with the octopus, like the first thing that's coming to my mind is the octopus having 8 legs and or arms, and having 8 arms, it can do a lot of things. Like I'm getting this busy and multitasking kind of energy. So I feel like as much as this person does want to get close to you, they have a lot going in their life right now. Like they're very busy. I think this person has a lot of goals and a lot of ambitions, and they have their, what is it? They have their finger in a lot of different pies. I think that's the expression. Basically, they have a lot on their plate. So if at any point you feel like this person is becoming distant, or you're not seeing them as much as you would like to, I can tell you for sure that it has nothing to do with like their feelings cooling down, or that they're actually distancing from you. And it's likely just because they have a million things to do. And with the octopus being underwater, it's giving me that feeling of like getting swamped. I think this person has a lot of responsibilities, and sometimes they just get swamped by it. As much as they try to stay above water, as much as they try to stay consistent in their communication with you, I feel like they may not always succeed in that. I'm also thinking of the number 8 having the meaning of like abundance and good luck. I think this person is working on some really great things in their life right now. With the Hierophant here, they're definitely someone who's focused on the big picture and the long-term future, rather than like, you know, instant gratification. And I think they really have their eyes on the prize, and they are definitely set for a future of wealth, a future of abundance. So if this is someone you're considering having a long-term future with, there's definitely prosperity in your future. And what else do I want to say about the octopus? Oh, the octopus is very like adaptable, very flexible. So I feel like at this point, this person may be open to whatever type of relationship you guys have. I feel like they don't want to put pressure on what this relationship becomes. Definitely they feel a lot of chemistry. Definitely they feel attracted to you. But they can accept, like, if you guys are just friends, or even like something keeps coming up about you guys working together, or like them seeing the potential for that. That would be great for them as well. And if you did want to pursue something romantic, then they will love that as well. But I don't really see this person being super attached or desperate to like how you are going to be in their life. They are just really very happy to have you here. And of course, they're open to like your desires as well. They're open to what direction you want to take the partnership. I'm wondering if you guys are still like in the early stages of this and they're just waiting to see how it goes. But there's this feeling of like they're crazy attracted to you, but they also want to be respectful. And if you don't feel the same way, they don't want to make it weird. And they're perfectly capable of just being like friends with you or having a not romantic relationship with you. Like that, they won't, they're not so like dead set on things being romantic that it would ruin a friendship or any other kind of relationship. So I think at this time, they're just really liking you, really liking your presence, and really loving getting to know you and open to how things go. Now over here, the crow, this is how they are seeing you. I love the rainbow egg that the crow is sitting on because it makes me think that there is so much potential in this relationship. I feel like you guys can do amazing things together. And I like too how the rainbow color of the egg that the crow is sitting on is like mirrored in the octopus's head, because it looks like the crow is literally sitting. The crow is on the octopus's mind. that just became dirty, but okay. Well, you're on their mind in many different ways, let's put it that way. And I think they're very excited to see this connection unfold. But going more to the personality of the crow, this person thinks you are brilliant, okay? Like you have justice energy here, which is all about like truth and finding the right thing to do, finding the solution to a problem. And same thing with a crow. Crows are very intelligent, clever, good problem solvers. Like this person thinks you are a genius. They think you are brilliant. For some of you, they think you're incredibly talented because this is like intellectual plus Venus. So it's like you might use your genius for art or to create beauty in the world or something like that. And they're just like in awe of your mind. I think this person is very, very fascinated by you. So, whatever you guys were talking about or whatever you guys were doing the last time you saw each other, they're very, very impressed by you. You definitely left an amazing impression on this person. And I do have to say, like, if you look at the justice person's expression on this card, and, you know, with crows sometimes being seen as like ominous or sinister, this person might even be intimidated by you at times. Like they're so into you, or they're so attracted to you that it might kind of scare them sometimes. Like, how is this person real? How are you real? And maybe sometimes even think that you might be out of their league. So maybe that's why they're staying kind of open. Like they don't want to get their hopes up too much. They don't want to fall too hard. And at the end of the day, they just want you around. They just want to have you in their life. And with you being justice, I feel like they will value whatever it is that you want out of this relationship. They will respect whatever it is that you want. And like whatever you say goes kind of thing. This is how they are seeing it. So Now we are going to take a look at our Constellation Oracle cards and see how they are viewing this connection in general. So we have Deception, we have Narcissism, and Intuition. So that's a really interesting duality here. The Narcissism card is making me think of like ego. I'm feeling pulled to translate it that way because we have Intuition right next to it. I'm feeling that what we are seeing here is like an ego versus intuition kind of thing. And then we also have Deception, which whenever this comes out in like a relationship or connection reading, I feel like, okay, somebody's wearing a mask. Somebody's not really showing their true feelings. That could definitely be both of you, but I can totally see how it fits for them because, okay, so yeah, with the Hierophant here, this is somebody who's probably a little bit more conservative, a little bit more traditional. They want to be respectful. They want to take things slow. And they might have a little bit of a poker face when they're around you, where it's like, you don't really see the depths of like how deep these emotions go. Because like we were talking about a little bit earlier, I really do feel like this person is crazy about you. You're on their mind all the time. In many different ways, and they really, really want to get close to you. But maybe right now it's like their ego that is trying to protect them, whereas their intuition is saying, you know, like we saw in this Hierophant card, like fate is bringing us together, a higher power is bringing us together. I can't believe how similar we are. I can't believe how compatible we are. Like, I know there's something special here. This is what their intuition is saying. But their ego, I'm gonna translate this as ego because I think I can't see either of you as like a narcissist. Their ego, I think, is trying to protect them, and whether they're consciously doing it or not, they may be hiding a little bit in this busyness and hiding a little bit in this swampedness, kind of like running away from how intensely they feel about you. It's something like that. And I do think that they might be a little bit more passive in this connection, like waiting for you to give the green light to take this further, to escalate it. And so they're playing it off like, I'm breezy. And even that's how I was seeing it at the beginning too. Like, I'm breezy, I'm fine either way. Now that I see this Deception card, I realize I've been fooled. I've been fooled by this person. They're kind of staying in this energy because they're afraid of making that first move and, you know, being rejected or making things weird, because they definitely don't want to end up in a position where like they've lost you and you're gone from their life. So the way they're seeing it, it's almost better to be in this in between, I don't know what we are, because at least you're here, right? Whereas if they take the full plunge, then it could become an all or nothing thing. So to protect themselves, they're going to this, I don't really care like if we go all the way like that or not. I'm just happy to have you here, which I think on some level is true. Like, they're definitely happy to have you here, but if they're being honest, if they're really being honest, they do want the whole cake. They do want the whole meal. Okay, so we are going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into their thoughts and feelings during your last interaction and since your last interaction. So we are going to shuffle the tarot now and see what we can uncover. Okay, what was this person thinking or feeling the last time they saw you? I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was just like a huge chunk of cards that was gonna like fall out of my hand, and I don't like it when a bunch of cards come out because it overwhelms me, but then it didn't. It like almost came out and then it fell back down. And I was just thinking of this energy as like, there have been a few times where this person has almost like blurted out what they wanted to say to you. Like they almost do it, but then they catch themselves. They get like, you know, caught up in the moment. They might even like, you know, type out the message and delete it. But that's how I interpret that. You guys might know I really like to pay attention to like, not just what the cards that come out are, but what is the deck doing when I'm shuffling it? How is it behaving? Because there's a lot of insight in that too. Interesting. What was this person thinking or feeling the last time they saw you? 9 of Wands. Yep, so this person was guarded. That's exactly what this card is. Normally we would see a person like standing in front of the wall, looking all like they're protecting what's behind it. Okay, so I think this person is guarded with their heart. I don't want to be a broken record, but I really can't stress enough how special you are to this person. You know, I was picking up at the beginning of the reading that they are a little bit, I guess you could say they're a little bit eccentric or a little bit unconventional in the way that they express themselves, in the way that they see the world, even like their approach to relationships, like their way of showing love, their way of showing affection. And I don't think it's that often that this person feels understood. It's not that often that this person feels understood. And so when they met somebody like you who, without even having to try and make themselves more palatable or more easy to understand, you just got them. And for some of you guys, it might even be the first time that they have felt this way. And like not even just in a romantic connection, just like with people in general. They're so used to putting on a mask or putting on a persona when they interact with people, like kind of like a fake or a watered down personality. And I feel like the last time they saw you, at some point during the interaction, they kind of stopped and were like, wait a minute, is this what it feels like to be myself? Like, is this what it feels like to let my true personality shine through? I don't even remember the last time I did this. And so they appreciate you so much, and they are a little bit guarded and defensive. And it's so interesting how the ego tricks you like that, because it's almost like they've tricked themselves into thinking that they're being like open and breezy and they don't care, you know, by not trying to move the relationship forward or not trying to put a label on it. They've kind of framed this as like, oh yeah, I'm chill, I don't care. But it's exactly the opposite. It's exactly the opposite of that. They're actually doing that because they are so guarded and because they don't want to lose you. So they're settling for this limbo or this like vague definition of what your connection is. Yes, that's what this is. This is deception of the ego. I guess you could say that the ego is a narcissist because all the ego cares about is protecting itself and serving itself. I think this person's intuition really wants to just go for it. But the 9 of Wands, like I said, it is a guarded energy. However, I do often see the 9 of Wands as like a message from your spirit guides saying, I know this is tough, but this tough chapter is almost over. Just hang in there a little bit longer. So maybe they're kind of on the tail end of this inner conflict. That's kind of what this feels like. But let's take another card. Oh, okay. Oh, look, it's the 9 of Cups. Okay, so we have double number 9 coming through. That's so cool. Like group 1 had double 7s and you guys have double 9s. And I was just talking about like some stage in your connection is almost over. The number 9 talks about near completion. It talks about leveling up. It talks about awakening. It talks about healing. All amazing things to apply to the energy that we have seen here so far. And you guys also might be seeing the number 9 very frequently with regards to this connection, or if you do from now on, know that it's probably a message about this person if you see that. Could also be something like somebody's born in September or on the 9th, or that's going to be like a significant time. But anyway, let's get to the meaning of the Nine of Cups. This is wonderful. This is a card about happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction. Clearly you make this person very, very happy. And I don't want you guys to think that when they're with you, they're focusing on this inner conflict, because they're not. When they're with you, all they're focused on is how good it feels to be with you, how happy you make them, again, how they can just, you know, be themselves around you, how you just fit together like puzzle pieces. That's what they're thinking about. In the moment they're super happy. It's probably when they're like alone with their thoughts, that they think like, what should I do? But I don't want you guys to think that they're in any like negative frame of mind when they're with you, because I feel like, honestly, I feel like a lot of this is largely unconscious for them, just because of the way even I at the start felt like, oh yeah, they're so chill about this, they're so breezy about this. Maybe it is largely unconscious. But yes, this is a sign that you make them very, very happy. They're very happy the last time they saw you, the last time they spoke to you. And it's funny because this card is about a wish being fulfilled, like getting what you want. So this is like a perfect confirmation of what I felt in the very beginning. Like when they saw you, that was what they wanted. That was according to their plan. So their wish was fulfilled. And I also, when it comes to how you feel about somebody, I do get a message from this of like, I want you. I want you, I have a crush on you, I want to be with you. Wow. Okay, let's take one more. What was this person thinking or feeling the last time they saw you? Yeah, that's too many. And it happened again. Like, it looks like a bunch are gonna come out and then they don't. I'm so curious, like, how this is going to play out if they finally tell you. Like, are they gonna be cautious? Is it all gonna come spilling out? That's what I kind of want to see. Oh, okay, sorry. How were they thinking? Okay. How were they thinking and feeling the last time they saw you? The Ten of Cups. It's so funny. Like, the only thing better than the Nine of Cups is the Ten of Cups, and then you just got the Ten of Cups. Total reiteration of how happy you make this person. This is also a card about the long-term future. So the same way I picked up on that with the Hierophant, yes, this person definitely sees a long-term future with you. I know, like, earlier in the reading, we were seeing like they love your intellectual connection. Definitely there was some kind of dirty thoughts popping up here and there, but this is all about your emotional connection and how emotionally fulfilled they feel when you are around them. This is also a sign that you're literally everything they could ever want in a partner. Justice gives me that feeling already, because it's like the other half, it's the perfect match. And then with the Ten of Cups, I often think of it as like the wish list of everything you want in a person is real. Like, if you wrote down a list of everything you want in your partner, that would be you, and then you're real. So it's like they're just so in awe by that. Like, you're a 10 out of 10. Yeah. And I do think that in addition to I guess more steamy fantasies, they also have very like tender fantasies about you. I think the last time they saw you, they wanted like a physical connection with you. And I don't even necessarily mean that in a sexual way. It's like maybe they wish that they hugged you, or if they did hug you, it's like they wish that they just held on for a little bit longer. And if there was any like physical contact between you guys, even if it was just like your hands briefly touched or something like that, I think that that's the moment that they keep like going back to, and that they keep revisiting. Or if not, they, you know, they wish that they had gone there, and they wonder what that would have been like. And even farther than that, this can talk about fantasies of like marriage and family and having babies. Maybe that's not for everybody. I don't know like how far along you guys are in your connection, but that is definitely one of the interpretations for the 10 of Cups. So honestly, this person is crazy about you, like head over heels. And I'm so happy to see this because, you know, sometimes the energy is really, really tough. I know we did see a bit of a blockage here, but it's not taking over the whole reading, which I do see sometimes. Like the complications and the connection just keep coming up in the cards again and again and again. But what is overwhelmingly appearing for you guys is just how happy you make this person. And I want to reiterate that there is a message in the Nine of Wands of like, this tough time is almost over. So maybe they are like waking up from this deception. They are coming out of that. And actually on that note, I just realized a whole other meaning of, of the Hierophant and Justice. So yes, as we spoke about before, the Hierophant can talk about a connection to your higher self, connection to spirituality. Being the number 5, you can think of it as like a connection to the 5D. And then we have Justice, which is about things being balanced and equal. And we also have double number 9, with 9 being about like awakening and ascension and spiritual gifts. Okay, so what we're seeing here is like, the more you awaken spiritually or emotionally, the more this person will, and vice versa. So you are connected in that way. The more you awaken, the more they awaken. The more they awaken, the more you awaken. So if you guys have been working on your spiritual awakening, if you guys have been working on heightening your gifts, whether they were trying to or not, whether they realize it or not, it is waking them up too. This is the kind of connection that you guys have. So I feel like, you know, some of this might be their doing, like working through this blockage, but I kind of feel like a lot of it is you guys and like the work that you have been doing on your end. That's so interesting. And I just want to take one more actually, or 2 more, that's fine. Oh, we have the Hanged Man and we have the 5 of Cups. So yeah, this is something that I already wondered it was going on, and I feel like this is definitely a confirmation. I noticed that on this 5 of Cups, none of the cups are spilled. This is a card that is about loss, and like, you know, the spilled cup represents the loss, but in this imagery, I think it's more like the prospect of loss, you know? Like, this is like a house of cards. Like, this cup could spill at any given moment. I'm thinking of this as more of like the fear of loss or the potential of loss. And then we have the Hanged Man, which is about hanging where you are. It's about inaction. So this is a confirmation that yes, this person's inaction is about a fear of loss, or like, you know, dreading the prospect of loss. We also have Pisces energy here. There's a ton of water energy, meaning that you definitely put this person in their feelings. But yeah, okay, I'm glad I took that, because then we can know for sure like what's going on here. So to finish off the reading, now you're gonna get messages and advice from your spirit guides. So I'm gonna take a couple oracle cards from a couple different decks. The messages might be about this person, this connection, or they might just be for you. So we'll see what they want to tell you. Communicate honestly and directly. Don't assume. Set your boundaries. Remember, it's okay to just say no. Okay, so definitely your guides are encouraging you guys to communicate more openly about this. This don't assume, I think, is really important, especially if like this person is assuming that you're out of their league or that you're going to reject them, and maybe you are assuming that as well. Don't assume. Assuming is bad. I feel like you guys definitely need an open conversation. I'm not going to tell you that like you have to start it or they have to start it, because, you know, you might feel comfortable to do that, you might not. If you are waiting for a sign of like, should I tell this person? Should I reach out to this person? This is definitely a sign to do it. But if not, like, take your time. Yeah, you can say no to me. You can say no to me, or you can say no to your guides if they're like really pushing you to move forward. I feel like this is all gonna fall into place anyway. And they're just saying with this, like, a heart-to-heart is coming, open and honest communication is coming, and you might find a lot of things that you assumed about the other person's feelings are not true. Like, for example, I thought you were distant because you didn't want to talk to me. No, it's because I have a trillion things going on. Or, you know, I thought you weren't coming forward because you didn't want that with me. No, I'm afraid of messing things up. Like, the fact that you guys both get each other so much, and the fact that we saw with the energy of this person that they're kind of like, I guess, eccentric. Maybe you guys feel eccentric as well. And where was I going with that? I promise I was going somewhere with that. It wasn't just to call you guys weird. I feel like you guys will be pleasantly surprised. Like, you can open up with your weirdness even more. You can open up with your quirks that you don't really share with anybody even more. And okay, this is where I was going with it. I feel like maybe you guys are used to, like, you're already used to not being understood by people, and because of that you're used to just kind of keeping quiet. Like, there's no point in opening up and sharing how I feel because, like, this person won't understand anyway. And even though you're with somebody who really gets you, I still feel like that's a hard habit to break. And it might take some time before you guys are like fully, totally open with each other. And your guides are saying there's still a lot of pleasant surprises to come, where you like unlock another little door to yourself and they accept it and vibe with it. And then they open a little compartment in their soul and you're like, oh yeah, I have that one too. Like, there's still so many similarities that you guys haven't uncovered, but you guys need to like stop assuming like, oh, this person won't get it, or this person is going to reject this part of me. It's easier said than done if you have experienced that repeated like not being understood, not being validated, not being believed. It's hard to get out of that, but I think what your guides are saying is this is a safe environment and a safe connection for you to do that. So let's take one more from this deck. I still feel like that was not exactly what I want to say. I had it, I was holding on to it, and then I spaced out for a couple minutes, which you guys won't see that because I'll cut it out. And I feel like I'm just dancing around the point that I wanted to make, but you know, sometimes I space out when like there's a lot of spirit guides around. So maybe the spirit guide who had that nugget of wisdom just dipped out and took the wisdom with them. Okay, let's get one more. Oh, two more. All right. So yeah, there's been a couple instances in this reading where like more cards come out than I wanted to. Probably just a sign that we have a lot of spirit guides here today, whether that's like a lot of you guys chose this pile or the people who did choose it have a ton of spirit guides. Connect with others, host a movie night, or have a slumber party. Surround yourself with loving energy. If you guys still feel like this, I can definitely see this in their energy, like feeling uncomfortable to directly ask you out or directly ask to hang out with you. So they kind of, you know, go hang out in the groups or go to the events where they think that you're going to be around. And if you feel like nervous or uncomfortable to directly invite them, then maybe actively putting yourself more in their circle can be a way to kind of ease into it. I'm just thinking of that because like movie nights, slumber parties, those are definitely like multiple people events. Could also be a message in here that this person wants to Netflix and chill with you, but I feel like your guides definitely ship you, for lack of a better word. They think that you guys would be really good together, and they want you guys to see each other again. They want you guys to get closer again because they see that you guys really want that and that it's in your best interest. We have believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. What you believe is what you will create. You can do anything. So for those of you who are trying to manifest this connection, know that it is working. And for everything else too, because these messages are not just about the connection, and that's a lovely message to have in general, that you should believe in yourself and your manifestations are going to come true. So now we will take a couple cards from the Angel Guidance deck. Ground yourself. When you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We're helping you balance the spiritual and material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. Okay, so with regards to this connection, obviously you guys have a very strong connection in the 5D. Like the way you guys are connected is very clear from this reading. And I imagine that you guys can have very vivid 5D experiences with this person, like very vivid dreams, or maybe you even have like very vivid meditations where you can see them. But I feel like your guides are saying not to get too comfortable in the 5D connection, because they're reminding you, like, you know, you can experience this in the 3D as well. And I feel like sometimes you might escape to the higher dimensions to be with this person because it's comfortable. You know that they're always there. And you don't really have to take much action or go out on a limb that much. But your guides are saying, like, I promise being with this person in the physical is going to be amazing. It's going to be everything that you ever dreamed of with this 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups. So just try coming back to earth and try putting a little bit more effort towards this, because it can be real. I feel like you guys are so used to this connection being like a 5D thing, a spiritual thing, that you don't realize how real it can be in the 3D as well. And one more. Perfect timing. Now is the perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. Divine timing is now. The doors are open while you walk through them with us by your side. Don't delay or procrastinate. You see? This cycle is like literally imminently done. Don't delay or procrastinate, as all of the ingredients are ripe for your success. Sorry, I'm reading this in a very annoying way. I'm just really excited. Everything and everyone, all of the 5 trillion spirit guides that we have here, are on your side, supporting your positive outcome. Okay, the guides have spoken. They are here for this connection. The time is right. You guys just gotta go for it. You just gotta go for it. And I feel like your guides are all together now. Like, oh, I hope that your humans get together. I hope that your humans get together too. This is a very joyous and jubilant energy that you guys have going on here. I'm also being told that with the 10 and 5 here, October 5th might be an important date. Just something to keep in the back of your mind, maybe. But yeah, these are all the messages that I have for you guys. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely check out Adora's Lights video as well if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number 3s, I'm in a different location now. I started filming this reading yesterday and then I didn't end up finishing it, so I'm somewhere else now. But anyway, this reading is for those of you who were drawn to the clear quartz. And in this reading, we're going to be finding out what the person you're thinking of, whom I will refer to as your person, felt during your last interaction, whether that was in person or not. So I'm just gonna do a quick breakdown of this reading. We're gonna start with a you versus them spread, but this is gonna be entirely from the perspective of your person. So we're gonna see how they perceived you during your last interaction, how they perceived themselves, as well as how they perceive the connection in general. And then after we take a look at that, we'll get a deeper dive into their thoughts and feelings the last time you were together and how they've been feeling since. And then we will close off the reading with some messages and advice from your spirit guides, whether that be about this connection or just anything that they would like you to know. I'm gonna leave it open to them. I also want to give a shout out and a big thank you to Bow Life, which is Vanessa Samayana's brand, for this beautiful rose quartz bracelet and ring. If you guys like these, I do have a promo code KINO10, which will get you 10% off anything in the shop. So that will be linked down below for you. But without further ado, let's get right into your reading. And we are going to start off with the you versus them spread with my cat paw tarot cards. So for the energy representing them, we have the Tower. And for the energy representing you, we have the Emperor. So in terms of zodiac signs that are present here, in case that is relevant to you guys, the Tower is associated with the planet Mars. So this could be representing Aries or Scorpio. And then the Emperor is representing the sign of Aries. And this is interesting. There was another pile that had this, but there is energy from the same planet coming up in both of your cards. This is Mars energy. So the fact that you guys have the same energy coming through here, it does lead me to believe that you are very much on the same wavelength. You might find that you're very similar with this person. You have a lot in common. And even at times it feels like you are mirroring each other. And with Mars being the present energy here, this could be hinting that there's going to be some big changes coming in your connection soon, like some big action is being taken and things are really starting to move. I'm also, and I didn't really feel called to say this for the other pile, but as you guys listen to this reading, you might find that, you know, even though this is supposed to be them and this is supposed to be you, you might find that the roles are switched for you, like things are the other way around, or that you kind of resonate with both sides. Because I feel like even over time, your connection could evolve where sometimes they're the Tower and you're the Emperor, and then later on, you're going to be the Tower and they're the Emperor. I kind of feel like this is a bit more interchangeable energy than the other piles. And I'm just realizing too, like, the stone that you guys chose, this always makes me think of like two entities that are crossed together and that are so solidly bound together, the way we have these two pieces that are connected here. So this might kind of be the way your energy is intertwined with this person. And the fact that this is a clear quartz, this is about clarity. So I think that you guys have a very deep knowing of who this person is to you, what this connection is, what they mean to you. I think you have a very, very clear picture of where their energy's at, what they're thinking, how they're feeling, and vice versa too. I feel like you guys can read each other like a book, and you might even have telepathic communication with each other, whether you or they realize that's what it is or not. Just something about this intertwining and this clarity. I feel like you guys are constantly in communication and sending messages to each other. And again, these roles might be reversed for you or they might switch over time. But with that in mind, let's take a look at the meanings of these cards. So these actually appear to me as quite opposite energies. The Tower, as you can tell from the picture on it, it is quite a chaotic energy. It kind of has this energy of things falling apart, of being scared, of not knowing what the future holds. It's a little bit unstable. So I do feel that your person sees themselves in this energy right now. Even if on the surface they look put together, I feel like on the inside things are quite turbulent for them. They're unsure of what their future holds. They're unsure of where they want to go, maybe even feeling like unsure of who they are at times. This is the kind of energy that the Tower has, whereas the Emperor is very stable, is very sturdy, is very strong, is very put together. So if I put these together, I feel like the dynamic as they perceive it right now is that they kind of feel like a mess and they kind of feel like you are the rock. They feel like you are somebody that they can rely on. You're somebody that they want to come to for strength and support, because the Emperor is also very supportive and very protective, somebody who's always going to be there. I often think of the Emperor as a person who is not going anywhere. So this person either feels like you are not going anywhere, or they're wishing that you will not go anywhere. And there's something about your last interaction that really made them feel that really made them feel safe and comfortable with you, that really made them feel like they can lean on you, that they can trust you, that they are not going, or that you are not going anywhere, and that they don't want to go anywhere either. Trust is a big one. Like, this person trusts you a lot, and maybe for many of you, this person did, open up and divulge a bit more of their inner world to you in the last interaction. If not, from what happened in your last interaction, they're thinking, okay, I can open up to this person. And likely the next time they see you, they will be opening up more. They will be, showing more of their vulnerable side and, what's really going on inside this tower with you. Now, I want to point out as well, on the Emperor card, you see how there's like a scar on their eye, almost like they lost an eye in some kind of fight or battle. But this is what has made them strong and resilient and able to protect. So I'm almost wondering, oh, actually, that does make sense. Like, especially if your energy is switching at times. Perhaps you have also been in this tower stage before. Maybe some of you guys are coming out of a dark night of the soul, coming out of an unsure time, or even a little bit of a crisis that you went through in your life, and you're finally starting to feel strong and empowered and victorious over that. Because with this scar on the Emperor's eye, it's like he's saying, yeah, I've been in this tower before. I think you guys know exactly what the tower person is going through. I feel like you guys will not judge the tower person for what they're going through. Sorry, I should just be saying your person. You would not be judging your person for what they're going through, and they're starting to sense that. They're starting to sense that they can really rely on you and open up to you, because you've been through what they've been through. You've seen what they've seen. And you kind of have that, maybe this is a weird way to put it, but you kind of have that like badge of honor. And one day I do think that you will be able to rely on your person the way they are on you. Like, things are always hitting the fan in life. We go through it in waves, right? So I feel like in the future, when you are struggling, when you're coming up to a tower moment, they will be able to step in and protect you and nurture you and be that rock for you because of other things that they have been through. So I guess I want to stress that this is not like a one-sided thing where this person is always going to be relying on you. Or if you are listening to this and finding that the roles are reversed, this is not going to be a dynamic where you are always relying on them, where it's like one person is always the unstable mess and the other person is always like this strong put together person. And I think that's very realistic, because like I said, we go through stages in life. Sometimes we feel like the Emperor, we feel on top of the world and like nothing can stop us. And other times we feel like a freaking mess. And what I'm seeing here is that no matter what stage you guys are at, you're always going to be there to help each other up. Like, you're always going to go through it together, and there will never be any judgment. Like, this is the kind of dynamic that you guys are building together. Now, there is one other message coming to me about this scar on the Emperor's eye that I do want to point out. Maybe this will just resonate for some of you, but for some, the Emperor might have actually gotten this scar going into the burning tower and trying to save the other person. So some of you guys might need to work on healthy boundaries within this connection, where it's like, I will be there for you, I will give my support, but I'm not going to like go in and pick you out of your struggles. I'll be there to guide you through your struggles. I'll be there like if you need some support, if you need a shoulder to cry on, but I can't clean up your messes for you, like this kind of thing. And I feel like maybe for some, the Emperor got this scar because they tried to be a hero for the tower person and tried to, clean up their mess. So whichever role you guys feel that you are more in right now, or based on your last interaction, if you are the Emperor person, make sure that you're not like doing too much, like you're not trying to save your person from whatever it is, because I'm sure they have their own lessons, their own karma, their own opportunities for growth that they need to go through by being in this Tower chapter. And if you find that you are the Tower person right now, make sure that you are not leaning on the Emperor too much or expecting too much from the Emperor, because at the end of the day, and it might sound very harsh, but at the end of the day, we do need to go through these moments on our own. We can certainly ask for help from others, but it's important not to ask for like everything from one person. And it's important that they don't do that for you. So I think that was just a specific message for some. I think for the most part, you guys do have a really nice dynamic, but I just wanted to mention that because it felt like maybe there were a couple of people who needed to hear that. So let's move on to your animal spirit oracle cards. So on their side, we have the firefly, and on your side, we have the elephant. So interestingly, this is almost like a reiteration of the tarot cards that we see here. Just quickly, the elements that are showing up here now for the firefly, we have the air element, and for the elephant, we have fire. Yes, we have fire. So the signs that we've seen so far are Aries, Scorpio, fire signs, and air signs. That can be a confirmation for those of you who do have those signs in your chart, or your person does, but you definitely don't have to. I just mention it in case it is relevant to you guys. But yes, like I was saying, this definitely seems to be a reiteration of the tarot cards, because a firefly does represent more of a free spirit, you know, who can flit in any which way. And the elephant, the elephant is definitely much more grounded and much more sturdy, which is exactly like we saw with the Emperor. I think that your person is more of a free spirit, is more open, more adaptable, and that's a wonderful trait, but I feel like sometimes maybe they can be a little bit careless, or be lacking too much in a plan, or be lacking too much in a direction, or that's the energy that they see themselves in right now. And again, they are really seeing you as this strong and sturdy figure for them. Another thing that I find really sweet is the word that's coming to my mind. Yes, it's really sweet. The firefly is so little and the elephant is so big. And this is making me think something like, you mean the world to this person, or you mean everything to this person, or they regard you very highly. The fact that you are so big to them, it's like you take up a big chunk of their thoughts, or you are a very, very significant person in their life. But sometimes with them being the firefly, they might feel kind of small in comparison, but that doesn't ever stop them from trying to light you up. Like, look at this little tiny firefly, like he's trying with all his might and he's making this huge light around him. And I just think that is so sweet, because sometimes I see people who are feeling a little bit smaller and they just run away. But this firefly is like, no, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna shine with all my might, and I'm gonna become big just like I see you. So I think that you are really an inspiration to this person. Again, you're a very big person, very significant person in their life. And if they haven't already, they are in the process of creating that big space for you to occupy in their life. This is their intention. This is what they want. And they're saying like, I may be small, I may be going through this tower moment, I may not have much right now, but I'll be damned if I don't try to light up your world, if I don't try to light up your heart, make you smile, make you laugh. Like with this firefly, I really feel like this person will do anything to make you smile, anything to make you happy, because your joy just makes them so happy. And if they're going through this crap right now in their life, they never want you to feel like they feel right now. No matter what you're going through, they always want you to have that smile on your face and whatever you're going through, they don't want you to take it too seriously and let it weigh you down. They just want to cheer you up, basically. They just want to be a light in your life. With the elephant over here, this is a symbol of wisdom, and I like that the elephant even has a third eye on this image, which really solidifies that symbolism for me. This person definitely finds you to be very wise, again, very reliable. I'm noticing too that this elephant has a broken tusk. Maybe that's a reiteration of, like, you know, the emperor having this scar on their eye, like you've been through it. I feel like you guys have accumulated a lot of your wisdom through tower moments, through experience, and I do feel that you guys are coming out of a dark night of a soul, that you're coming out of a difficult time, that the worst is over, and you are, if you haven't, you will start to see very, very soon how the tough moments you have been through will make you stronger and empower you. But I want you to know that this person already sees you as such a strong and such a powerful force of nature. And if you have opened up to this person about the tough times that you've been through, they think like you're an absolute warrior, you're an absolute champion, and you're like their hero for the stuff that you've been through and how you've come out so strong and still so compassionate. Like, they look up to you so much for that. And there was something else I wanted to say. Oh yes, that the elephant is a sign of good luck. So for you coming through as this good luck, this could be a message about your person thinking that they are so lucky to have met you and so lucky to have you in their life. So now we are going to take a look at our constellations and see how your person is viewing this connection as a whole. So we have Leo minor with master. We have Lyra with attraction. And we have Ophiuchus with heal. So that's interesting. I feel like I don't normally read the name of the constellation, but there could be some other messages for you here. We do have Leo coming through. We already had fire signs, but oh, actually, we have like all of the fire signs present here, because Ophiuchus, you guys might know, is like the 13th sign, which is in between Scorpio and Sagittarius. Oh, so there's Scorpio again. Then we have Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. And then with Lyra here, maybe some of you guys feel drawn to Lyran starseeds. That one might be a little bit more specific for some of you, but it is here, so I'll mention it. And also, I want to point out the colors of these. We have red, green, and purple, which we could correlate to the root chakra, the heart chakra, and the crown chakra. And I think that's really interesting because that's the chakra at the bottom, the chakra in the middle, and the chakra at the top. So it's like in the beginning, middle, and end, you guys are connected. I feel like you guys are very, very closely intertwined energetically. You're probably picking up on this person all the time. If you've been picking up on weird stuff and you don't know what it is, it's probably this person's energy. And if you were wondering, is it really them or am I just making things up? It's them. Like, you guys are, you're like this. Literally, this is like, you're like this. But yes, I feel like you're connected in all of your energy centers. And what we have here with the root, this red color representing the root, this is feeling grounded and secure together, feeling comfortable together. With the heart, this is feeling compassionate towards each other. I think of, when I see a heart chakra connection, I think of it as like you have a nurturing and soft spot for each other. And then you have the crown, which is like a psychic connection. So you guys are very, very closely connected. But now let's take a look at the keywords that are on these oracle cards. It's funny, I'm looking at master attraction together. It's like you are the master of attraction, the master attractor. Maybe you guys manifested each other, but it could also be like you are the most attractive person to your person, you know? Like you are the master at being attractive. Maybe that's a weird way to interpret it, but I did feel called to say that. And then also master and heal makes me think of learning lessons. So this could be a deeply healing connection for both of you. It makes sense because I've seen how closely you're connected. I've seen how naturally supportive and nurturing you are to each other. and how you'll be there for each other as you know, go through your different waves of life, whether you're at the top of the world or rock bottom. I feel like you're always going to be here for each other. Obviously, with this attraction, you have very, very strong chemistry, both physical, emotional. Yeah, why didn't I realize that before? Physical with the root, emotional with the heart, and spiritual with the crown. Yes, it's showing like your heart, your body, and your soul. It's all very, very closely connected. Yeah? Okay, so let's move on to the deep dive. We're gonna dive deep, yeah, into your person's thoughts and feelings during your last interaction or since your last interaction. Okay, so for group 3, how was your person thinking or feeling the last time they saw you or the last time they spoke to you? How were they feeling? What were they thinking? Taking a while for these cards to come out, and I wonder if that's implying like the last time you saw this person was a very, very long time ago, or maybe the last time you were in contact was not in the 3D. Or that maybe it will be a while before you see them again. Okay, finally. So we have death here. I'm wondering if the last time you spoke to this person, there was some kind of separation that happened. Because with the death card here, it's either like in this moment, this person might feel like things are not going to move forward with you, or they're wondering if they are going to see you again, if they are going to speak to you again. We have the star at the bottom of the deck here, so I do feel like they are trying to have hope for the future. And I just realized it's Scorpio energy again. Here we have Aquarius energy. This is hope and optimism for the future. So it kind of feels like there are these two energies, these two conflicting feelings that are within them right now, where on one hand, they maybe feel like this isn't going to progress, that they're not going to see you again or speak to you again. Like, because death is about a release, it's about something being over. But then at the same time with the star, like they really, really want to have hope. Some of you guys, this might be like a long distance, or like you haven't met this person kind of situation. And so they're trying to have hope that they will meet you and that you are out there. But then there's another part of them that wants to give up hope. But this is kind of the duality that is in between them. They have this inner conflict. And with both of these cards being major arcana, they might feel that this is out of their hands, because when it comes to major arcana, yes, I do think this is a reiteration of you being very significant in this person's life and of this connection being very significant. But another way I can interpret it is like, you know, major life events that are out of your control and that are sort of acting upon you. So for whatever reason, and maybe this does make sense for your situation, but it's like they feel that whether or not this connection moves forward, whether or not they can see you again, or whether or not they can be with you in the way that they want to, it's kind of like they feel like it's up to fate, like it's out of their hands. That's interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and take more cards, but yes, so far I feel this kind of inner conflict between them of, do I just let go and give up hope, or do I keep having hope for the future? Or like, I want to have hope, but I feel like things are stacked against us. It's this kind of thing. And again, they don't really feel like they have much control over it. And maybe this is why they're coming through as a firefly, because, you know, if you think of a very, very tiny little firefly, like what impact can they really make? What can they really do? This might be showing them feeling kind of powerless. And for many, I'm not sure how true this is. It's kind of like Eight of Swords energy, where you feel powerless, you feel like you can't do anything, but we always have free will, and we can always change our situation. We can always change our destiny. And you know, this light is much bigger than the firefly. Like, the light that the firefly can emit is so much bigger than his little body, but I'm wondering if because he's in the middle of it, he can't really see it. It's like he cannot really see his own light. He cannot really see his own power. What was group 3's person thinking? What were they feeling the last time they saw you? Temperance. Wow, you guys, all major arcana so far. Temperance is Sagittarius energy, so we have that coming through again. Both of these cards, I should mention, I do associate these with twin flames, with divine counterparts, if that is something that you guys resonate with. But this person definitely feels that there is a spiritual reason for you guys meeting. This is a very, very spiritual card here. It talks about our journey. It talks about the lessons that we learn. It talks about how we grow along the way. It has the number 5 because the number 14 adds up to 5. This is a number of change. And what I'm kind of picking up here is like, this person feels there's a deep spiritual reason for you meeting. Like, honestly, like there's a higher power that brought you together. They might not know what that is, like whether it's God or your souls or the universe or whatever it might be. They just know there's a greater meaning for your coming together. And they know that they have grown so much as a person since meeting you, and that you have really changed their life, and that their life will never be the same. And they hope that they have changed your life as well. If I can look at the other numbers here as well, we have 4, which is about like things being in their natural order. So they really do feel like your meeting, and maybe especially your last interaction, was orchestrated by something divine, by something bigger than them. We have the number 8 here with the star. So again, they feel very, very lucky to have met you. Like the stars, yeah, the stars really aligned for you guys to meet each other. Honestly, within this inner conflict that they have, I do think that they are more leaning towards waiting for you, because when I see temperance, I think like my phone just started ringing. And it's so funny, like I was just watching Stargirl's video yesterday, and she was saying, you know, I leave my phone on so that if it dings or like if it starts ringing while I'm saying something, then it's like a huge confirmation of that message. And I was just saying that this person wants to be patient, and this person wants to wait for things to come together. So I guess you guys really needed to hear a strong confirmation on that, because when I see this card, I think like, yes, this is a long journey. Yes, it's going to require patience. It's going to require a lot of faith, but it is worth it. And I think that deep down, this person knows that. And looking at this too, with the cups being poured into each other, this is about balance. So definitely this person finds you to be a very good match, finds that you balance each other out, and does see you as their counterpart. And let's get one more. What was group 3's person thinking or feeling? That's a lot. Let's not do that. But actually, as you guys know, I do pay attention to like how the deck is behaving when I'm shuffling. And when a bunch of cards like that fell out in the past, I used to just think like, oh, that was just me being clumsy and put them back. But my guides told me recently, like, no, that actually means that the energy of the person you're reading for has a lot on their mind. So I do think like there's a lot that this person wants to say to you. They think about you a lot. We saw with the elephant that you're a very big person, a very big presence in their life, and they're feeling very, very strongly. Yeah, so when they fall out like that, it's a message of like, there's so much I want to say to you. And I'm not sure, like maybe it's mixed for you guys, like if there really is some reason that they can't reach out to you, like something that is holding them back, like they can't get a hold of you, or if they're not really in a position to reach out, or if it's just like their mind getting in the way. But let's take one more. What were they thinking and feeling the last time they saw you? Okay, 2 is okay. I can take 2. So 2 cards coming out together. We have the Fool and the the Fool and the 4 of Wands. Okay, so 4 out of 5 cards from this deck are major arcana. We have Aquarius energy again. And the 4 of Wands, which is, you have 3 twin flame or divine counterpart cards. So if you guys don't really resonate with that kind of stuff, I can at least say that your souls have had many, many, many lifetimes together, and you have been very, very closely connected in these lifetimes. Now, I do want to point something out. The imagery on this card I find is very, very different. Okay, yeah, just from the imageries on these cards, like there's so much coming up, but I want to point out how there's like 3 wands that are bundled together, and then this 1 wand is like left out of the bundle. 3 wands together, which makes me think of the 3 of Wands. It's like opportunities coming to you, expanding your horizons. It can talk about travel. So I feel like what this person is thinking right now is like, your life is really coming together. You know, you have all of these amazing things going for you, all these opportunities coming to you, all of this potential. Maybe it is long distance with the 3 of Wands here, because like I said, it can indicate travel or displacement. And I feel like this person just doesn't want to be, they don't want to be left out of your life. They really want to be included in your life. And I saw that too with the firefly trying to light themselves up so that they can be a part of the elephant's life. And I feel like sometimes there's this doubt that creeps in for them of like, do I really have a place in your life? Like, you're going to such amazing places. Do I really have a place? But I feel like there's a breakthrough coming for this person with the volcano in the back. I'm thinking of that Moonology card, a fiery climax approaches. There are things going on behind the scenes for you guys, even if you're apart right now, even if you're not together right now. There are things going on behind the scenes for you. And that's why the Temperance card tells us to just have patience, have faith, accept when we can't control things, and know that the universe has our back, because I swear with this volcano, something's brewing. And you can even see on the Fool card, the dog, who I think of as spirit, is about to push the Fool off the cliff. So I want to tell you guys, like, yes, there's an inner conflict within this person, but even if they don't come forward, Spirit's gonna push them forward anyway. Because deep down, that's what they really, really want to do. They might just need a little extra push from Spirit. But with the Four of Wands here, this is like one of the happiest cards in tarot, like one of the greatest joys. So I just know that you make this person very, very happy. This is a card that talks about divine unions. It's a card that talks about even weddings and marriages. So this person might even consider you like their future spouse, or want to marry you, or consider you spouse material. But like I was saying, this person just thinks the world of you. They might even think like, you're too good to be true, and how could you even be real? And actually with the stork on the star card as well, there might be a desire to like start a family with you too, because I think of the stork as like, you know, bringing babies to the people. So definitely you make this person very, very, very happy. With the Fool here, the last time they saw you or spoke to you, maybe they feel like they dropped the ball. Like, you know, that was my chance to say what was on my mind. That was my chance to make things work. And with Death, maybe they feel like they're not going to have another chance. But, you know, whether they continue to think that way or whether they, you know, follow their North Star and move towards you, Spirit's going to push them in that way, because Spirit is reading our hearts, and Spirit is reading this person's heart and seeing what they truly want, and knows like, damn, it's easy in this life to get discouraged sometimes and to feel small. And sometimes we just need a little push from Spirit. And I do think meeting you and having this connection with you has made this person open to Spirit, open to fate, open to divine intervention. With all of these major arcana here, they really feel like meeting you is fated. And I know that they are open to Spirit coming in and playing a role in their life. Wherever they are right now, they may very well be out there like praying or asking Spirit, like, show me a sign, show me what I need to do. I want to make this work, but it's hard to have faith sometimes. So please show me what to do. I feel like ever since you saw this person last, they have really been like getting into their spirituality, really talking to Spirit and asking for what they want, which is you, which is the union with you, and asking for the way to be shown. I really, really think they want to make this work. Like this little firefly, like I said, he's trying, he's shining with all of his might because he wants to light up the elephant. Oh, this energy is really sweet. So whatever the circumstances are, no matter how much things might feel like stacked against you guys or stacked against this union, I have hope. Just looking at this spread, I have hope for you guys. Spirit is not gonna play. And I thought this dog was so funny. Like the first time I saw this card, because as you guys might know, the dog isn't usually pushing the person off the cliff. That's like very unique to this deck. So, oh no, am I running out of room on the card? I thought I emptied this card. Excuse me. Okay, let me see if I can delete some things off of here because we have one last part of the reading. Okay, I just switched my cards, so we have lots of time now. All right, so to finish off the reading, I'm just going to take a couple cards from a couple different oracle decks, and this is going to be messages and advice from your spirit guide. It might be about the connection, could be directed at you or your person, as it has been in previous piles, or it could just be a general message or advice for you. So let's see what your spirit guides want to tell you. We have two cards that came out at the same time, and I always think that it's significant when they come out with the same image on them, because as you can see in this deck, there's like 5 different images on the backs of the cards, and 2 fell out at the same time, and they are exactly the same. So probably just even more confirmation of divine counterpartness if you needed any more. We have it right here. But the imagery on this, to me, it really looks like awakening. It really looks like ascension. And it also kind of looks like astral travel to me, the way that this person is like floating up. So you might be connecting to this person a lot in the astral realm. But we have for you, pause, take a moment, close your eyes, relax your body, just breathe slowly, deeply. So you guys might feel that you have a lot of anxieties or worries surrounding this connection, or just in general. You might have anxieties in general, and your guides are just coming through to say, everything is going to be okay. Be here now. The present moment is the answer. It's all we really have. The future is just a child of the present. Focus on now. Yeah, I feel with this energy, like maybe you guys are becoming anxious or becoming impatient. It's really, really important to remember that no matter where we are, no matter what is happening, that's where we're meant to be. That's what's meant to be happening. And the more we try to fight that or fight things that are outside of our control, the more frustrated we're going to get. If there's something that is making you dissatisfied or upset and you have the power to immediately change that in the present moment, obviously we should do that. But when there are things out of our control, like we cannot make time move faster, or we cannot control the actions of other people, things like that, we need to just breathe in, breathe out, and accept things for the way that they are. So maybe you guys need some acceptance of how things currently are in this connection, or how things currently are in your life in general. If you find that you can't change your current situation, you may want to ask your guides, like, help me to see why this is supposed to be happening. Help me to see why I'm here. At least give me that clarity. Because often with the Temperance card, I do feel like, yes, you need to be patient. Yes, you need to have faith. Yes, it might not always make sense. But I don't get an energy of like your guides wanting to keep you in the dark. Like if things are stagnant or if things aren't how you want them to be, you don't have to just blindly accept that. So if there's something that you really want to change, but you find that you can't, you find that it's not working, talk to your guides about that. Like, is there a way I can change this? If so, what? And if not, why? Like, what am I supposed to learn here? Don't feel like you just have to, blindly accept things, because they do want you to be at peace with your present moment. And they will help you. They'll do whatever they can to help you be at peace with your present moment. So now I'm going to use the Angel Guidance deck, and we'll get a couple cards from here. Listen, quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desire's manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you. Listen. Very similar energy to the other cards here. Lots of cards encouraging you to relax, to quiet your mind, to be present. And daydream. You will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seat of creativity. Really similar messages all around. I'm not sure if I really have anything to add to that, but these are all the messages that I have for you guys. So thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number 4s, so I'm in a different location now. I started filming this reading yesterday and then I didn't end up finishing it, and today I am somewhere else, so that explains the change of scenery. But anyway, if you guys chose the Carnelian, this is going to be your reading. And in this reading, we are finding out what the person you're thinking of, whom I'll be referring to as your person, felt during your last interaction, whether that was in person or not. So just to give a quick breakdown of this reading, I'm going to start with a you versus them spread, but this is going to be all from your person's perspective. So how they were perceiving you in your last interaction, how they were perceiving themselves in your last interaction, as well as how they were perceiving the connection in general. And once we get a look at that, we will then get a deep dive into their thoughts and feelings from your last interaction and how they've been feeling since then. And then we will close off the reading with messages and advice from your spirit guides, which could be about the connection or just anything that they would like to come through and talk to you about. I'm gonna leave that open to them. And I also want to give a big thank you and a shout out to Bow Life, which is Vanessa Samayana's brand, for this beautiful rose quartz bracelet and ring. And in fact, the Carnelian that you guys chose is also from her shop. So if you guys like these, I do have a promo code KINO10 that will get you 10% off anything in the shop, and I will have that linked down below for you. But without further ado, let's get into your reading, and we are going to start with the Cat Paw Tarot cards. So the card representing them is the Moon, and the card representing you is the Devil. So the zodiac signs that we have present here, just in case it is relevant to you guys, are Pisces and Capricorn. So this could be a confirmation if you or your person have these signs in your chart, but you definitely don't have to. So let's get into the meaning of these cards. So the Moon is the card that represents how your person was perceiving themselves the last time that they saw you. And I just want to say, whether they are Pisces or not, this is a card that makes me think that they were very much in their feelings, because I am thinking of the sensitive and emotional nature of Pisces. And in fact, they may have been feeling overwhelmed with how strongly they were feeling about you. There's also a message that ever since they last saw you, not only have they been thinking about you a lot, but it's like they've been expressing those thoughts of you in some way, whether they have been talking to a lot of other people about you, or whether they have been, listening to songs and thinking that it reminds them of you, or maybe they've been writing stuff about you. If this person is an artist or creates anything, I feel like since you guys last saw each other, they have been creating things like inspired by you. So you are really heavily on this person's mind, and they have been, expressing that with some outlet or another. Also with the Moon here and the sleeping cat, this is making me think of dreams. And I'm wondering if before your last interaction, this person actually dreamed about it. Like they dreamed about you, how you were looking, what you were telling them. And then a lot of what happened in your last interaction matched that dream or that vision that they had, because there is a little bit of like a fantasy, illusion-y kind of vibe to the Moon card. So I feel like the last time they saw you, it might have felt very surreal, because it's like, I swear I dreamed this. I swear I knew this was going to happen. The Moon is very intuitive as well. So whatever you said to them or however you presented yourself, it really matched with their intuition and really matched with their dream. And so I think that left a very, very strong impression on them. They may have been feeling a little bit nervous or a little bit insecure. That can be an interpretation of the Moon card as well. Maybe they're just worrying about how they came off, if they were being weird, or if they were able to communicate and convey their thoughts in the way that they wanted to. But I do think that they look back on your last interaction a lot. They look back on it a lot, and they get in their feelings about it a lot. This is what it looks like. Now, they are seeing you as the devil. That doesn't mean that they see you as a devil or that they see you as a bad person or anything like that. When it comes to a connection or how you're feeling about somebody, I pretty much always would interpret this card as like, this person is hooked on you. Like we kind of saw with the Moon card even. They cannot stop thinking about you. Almost like, maybe it's a little bit too strong to say that they're addicted to you, but it's like they're attracted to you and think about you almost to the point where they're like, is it okay to think about someone this much? Because it's really like they cannot get you out of their head. You are so charming to them. It's like you put a spell on them the last time that they saw you. I don't know if you guys do spells or if you do manifestation work or anything, but this person really feels like you like you have control over them in some way. And that's not that you are controlling, it's just the charm that you have. It's just the impact that you have on this person. I think that you can actually, not that you would, but I think that you could easily like influence this person, kind of like you have them in the palm of your hand. With the Devil, there is amazing chemistry. So the person that we're reading for here was definitely feeling the sparks fly the last time they saw you. They were likely very, very attracted to you, feeling very passionate towards you. The Devil can talk about like sexual thoughts and sexual fantasies as well. So I don't know if you guys were together in that way the last time you saw each other. If you were, they can't stop thinking about that and definitely want to do that again. But if not, then they probably wanted to or were thinking about that when you guys were together last. It's like every little thing you said, every little thing you did, it just pushed their buttons. Like it's exactly what turns them on, whether you meant to or not. It could have been like the littlest thing, like just some comment that you said that really got them going, or something you were wearing that they really like, but you were really pushing their buttons. The last time they saw you or the last time you spoke, they really felt like turned on by you with this Devil card here. Interesting. Okay, so this person is definitely really, really strongly in their feelings about you. So let's take a look now at the Animal Spirit Oracle cards and see what other details we can uncover. So on your person's side, we have the Panther. And on your side, we have the Fish. So we have more Pisces energy coming through here. This can just be water sign energy in general though. And then over here with the Panther, we have fire energy. It's interesting to me how the Panther is like turning away, because, you know, the Panther, look at the contrast here. Here, this is just like a nice, peaceful, sleeping little kitten. And this is like a fierce panther who is ready to pounce. I feel like this person has very strong desires and very strong urges when it comes to you, but for whatever reason, they have to hold it back, or they feel like they have to. For some of you, maybe the last time you saw them, it wasn't even in a romantic setting. Like maybe it was a professional setting, or maybe there were other people around. And so that's kind of a more obvious reason that they would feel like, I have to hold back on my panthery, my fierce desires. But it could also just be because they were feeling a little bit shy, they were feeling a little bit insecure, or they didn't know how you were going to react, or they didn't want to come off too strong. Because like I said, I feel like this person's desire for you is so strong that sometimes it even overwhelms them, or sometimes they even get to questioning like, is it okay that I feel so drawn to this person? I feel like the pull that they experience towards you is very, very intense. It's not like something they have experienced before. And at times it really feels like out of their control. Like if you look at the Devil here, how it has these fish like chained up, sometimes they might really feel like, yeah, like you have them in your grip, or you have them in the palm of your hand. And even if they try to stop thinking about you or try to forget you, it's like they just can't. I feel like their mind keeps going back to the last time that they saw you. They keep revisiting that. They keep expressing their feelings about it. Even if it's not directly to you, they are getting those feelings out in some way or another. And I feel like there's a lot of fantasies. There's a lot of fantasies going on. So I'm just really seeing this panther as like really, really strong passion. It's also about personal power and confidence. And one other interpretation actually of the Devil, because it's related to Capricorn in the 10th house, it really is like being ambitious, being hardworking, being on the top of your game. And this is something that I've seen in many piles, where it's like your person feels inspired by you to work harder and become the best version of themselves. We love to see that. So if you feel inspired to become the best version of yourself from this person, that's definitely mutual. And also, if you feel like, oh my God, I can't stop thinking about them. Is it okay to think about them this much? This is so intense. That's mutual too. Just so you guys know. And okay, I'm getting too excited. Yes, Panther is also personal power and confidence. I really do feel like you inspire this person to become more confident, to become more sure of themselves. And I do think that they are working on their self-esteem and have been since you guys last spoke. And then finally, there's also kind of a feeling of protection with the Panther. So this person might have some kind of protective or nurturing instincts towards you where they wouldn't want anybody to ever hurt you. And if anybody did try to hurt you, they would pounce on them. They would come for them like this Panther. And if this person has hurt you, then they will come for themselves. So if we're in a situation where this person has done something to upset or hurt you, then the Panther could be showing that they are like upset with themselves because of that, or they regret that because they really don't want you to be hurt. They don't want anyone to hurt you, and they will be pissed at anybody who does, even if it's themselves. Moving on here to the fish, I really do think that this person dreams about you a lot, because we have the moon here, which is mirrored in the moon card. And then of course, with the moon being Pisces energy, and then the fish being repeated here, Pisces is all about our dreams, all about our unconscious, what connects us to the spiritual world. And so I think you guys do have a lot of encounters in the 5D. You guys do have a lot of encounters in your dreams, or at least they are seeing you in their dreams. And I do think that you are like a fantasy to this person. Not only do they fantasize about you, but even before meeting you, like the person that they fantasize about having in their life, the person that they fantasize about being with, you are exactly that person. And so I think that's why it's a little bit strange to them, or it feels kind of surreal or like an illusion when they're with you, almost like they want somebody to come and pinch them so that they can know it's real. And I'm really seeing that message strongly, that something about your last interaction, they already had like a prophetic dream about that, because the fish is representing their dreams, and then you show up and you're like, looking for this. It's like you're literally showing them what they have dreamed about. And so that might have freaked them out if they've never had like a psychic experience before. I do think that this person is highly psychic, because they're coming through as the moon, as Pisces energy. And I'm always drawn to the yellow and green color in the Panther's eyes, which makes me think of the solar plexus and the heart, meaning like their gut and their emotions. I think their gut feelings and their emotions really do lead them on the right path, and they're very connected to their intuition, but I don't think it's necessarily been shoved in their face in such a way that's impossible to ignore. Because it's like up until now, I think a lot of things they could just say like, oh, that was a coincidence, or oh, I just had good luck, or I just have a good gut feeling. But when they have such a vivid dream about you, and then you appear in the exact same way, that freaks them out. Something about your last interaction freaked them out in that way, where it was like, you appear exactly as I saw you. Fish as well, this is a sign of like abundance. This is a sign of wealth. So they probably feel like they've really hit the jackpot by meeting you. And there could also be a message here about spirituality and going with the flow. Maybe that's something that they admire about you, or they may perceive you as going with the flow when it comes to this connection. But this is what I see for the spirit animals. So let's move on now to the constellation cards, and this is going to show us how your person views this connection in general. So we have travel. That could be a confirmation for those of you who are long distance, or this person is like from a faraway place. We have plot and resurrect. Okay, so it looks like we have the yellow and green colors repeating again. So yes, this person is really led by their gut feelings and by their heart when it comes to this connection. And I'm noticing too, dark blue color can talk about the third eye. So like this is all intuition led, this is all emotion led. And this might actually be advice for you guys navigating this connection, is to trust what your heart is telling you and trust what your intuition is telling you above all else. I want to talk about this plot card first. That's the one that's really like calling out to me the most. I am thinking of plan. I don't know if this meant plot as in like you're plotting for something, or like the plot of a story or the plot of land or whatever, but I think of it as like a plan, a divine plan. And you can see how there were these 2 points that were separate and now they are together. There's no doubt about it that this person has awoken to their spirituality or has delved deeper into their spirituality since meeting you, and how they see the connection as a whole with this card here. I really do think they see a divine plan in the way you guys came together. Like something higher was planning for us to come together. And I've actually been seeing throughout many of the piles that your people, so to speak, are awakening to their spirituality, which is really, really cool because I don't always see that. It's just nice. But yes, they see that your meeting was part of a plan. And I think that they are planning to see you again. They do want to see you again with this resurrect. This is like something having life put into it again, something being reborn, something being revisited. So these together, it's like they want to see you again. They're planning to see you again. That is the desire that is in their heart. If you guys are in like no contact situation, or if you're in a separation, this shows me that they do want to speak to you again. And with this message of them working up their confidence, if they haven't reached out yet, it's probably just because they're nervous or they're insecure. But they're working on their confidence so that they can be courageous enough to reach out in the way that they want to. With travel here as well, if there is a physical distance between the two of you, then they do plan to bridge that gap. Like this could even be like travel and plot. This could even be travel plans. Like they're making plans to go and see you. For some of you, this might be like taking a trip to see you, but it can definitely be something that's more on a smaller scale. Like they're just planning to go to where you are. Maybe they want to come over, or they want you to come over, or they're gonna like put themselves in environments where they know you might be there because they want to like run into you and they want to see you. So this is just even more confirmation that you and this connection are heavily on this person's mind, and they really are planning to take further actions and move things further along. All right, so now we are going to move into the deep dive part of this reading. So I'm going to shuffle the tarot deck and we'll pull some cards to get a further look into their thoughts and feelings during your last interaction, as well as how they've been feeling ever since then. So let's see what we can uncover for group 4. How was your person thinking and feeling the last time they saw you? I'm feeling kind of dizzy right now. Kind of dizzy, kind of lightheaded, kind of spacey. This might be kind of mirroring how they were feeling. Maybe for some of you, they were like under the influence, like if you guys were drinking or smoking together, if you were at a party or something, that might be why I'm feeling kind of lightheaded. But it could just be the effect that you have on them because all of their blood is rushing somewhere else. Okay, what do we have? We have the 2 of Swords. So this is a card that talks about indecision, kind of mirroring what we saw here with the Panther. I feel like there's kind of a duality to this person that is coming out here. this is the side that you guys have seen. This is the side that they show you. And I think this is the more hidden side. And when I say hidden, it's not that they are like intentionally trying to deceive you or intentionally trying to hide it from you. And in fact, I do feel like this aspect of themselves is even kind of lost to themselves. You know, like when there's a part of you that you just suppress so much until you can't even recognize it as a part of you. I feel like this is the panther for them. I think the version of them that you see, which is still a very real aspect of them, but just the one that they choose to bring to the light more often, is a little bit more mellow, a little bit more like mild mannered, has kind of an even temperament, and may be prone to inaction with this cat sleeping here. And they do have that gentle, peaceful inaction side to them, but they also have this like fierce, assertive, passionate, I would even say aggressive side to them, like a real go-getter. That's what's hiding beneath. And I think there's moments where the panther kind of jumps out and maybe you guys have seen it before. But I think with this indecision here, they're still kind of grappling with this. Like maybe this is their shadow side, and maybe this panther within them has like gotten them into trouble before. So they're not really sure how to act with this panther. But I do feel that they're starting to feel more safe with you, and they're starting to feel more confident in themselves. I actually do like that. And I love this deck so much because the images are quite different, but they kind of almost tell a different story. Like usually we would see the swords crossed in front of somebody and they're blindfolded. But here we see that the swords are set down and the birds are flying away. So maybe there's something about your last interaction where they're like, I just want to put this to rest. I want to put this inner struggle to rest. Like set these swords down and fly away and be free like a bird. And, you know, thinking of them working on their confidence and awakening spiritually, I think that they're starting to realize that like humans are complex and we do have this duality, and it's not like a should I be one or the other. Like you can be this fluffy, sweet, cuddly sleeping kitten, and you can also be this fierce panther with their teeth bared, and you don't have to choose one. And it's not like one is, oh, I get it. Okay. It's not like one is worse than the other. This is why they see you as the devil, because the panther is their shadow, okay? And what's really important to know about shadows is that it's not like shadow is good and light is bad. Shadow just means what we are hiding, and light means what we are showing to the world. We all come into this world with like a whole integrated personality. And then through our childhood and through experiences that we have with the adults in our life at a young age, certain traits are praised and other traits are punished. But from life to life, or from household to household, like the same trait that is punished in one person could be praised by another person who has a different family and different values that they're growing up in. So it's not that things that are banished to the shadows are bad. It's just that person was punished for showing those traits. So I feel like this person does really have like an assertive side. I feel like maybe as a child they were like really vocal about what they wanted. Maybe they were very loud, very like, this is what I want and I'm gonna get it. But then they were made to feel like that makes you bossy, that makes you selfish, that makes you rude. And they were punished for that side of them, which is really where their passion lies. So they suppress the panther. And they see the panther as bad, but it's not bad. It's just in the shadows. And so they become, because when they were gentle, when they were quiet, when they were sweet, which is also an aspect of them, but that's the one that got praised. So that's the one that they push out more. So they have to integrate this. That's what the Two of Swords is. And the reason they see you as the devil is because you bring out the part of them that they're still fighting. You bring out the part of them that they still see as bad. It's not bad. I just feel like really confirming that. But the effect that you have on them, it lights up that fire. It makes them want to be passionate. It makes them want to pounce. It makes them want to be assertive. You see, you like turn them on, you turn that switch on, and that's what they're like afraid of. That's why you're the devil. But I feel like as time goes by, they're integrating themselves, they're becoming more confident, they're feeling safer with you. Like all this green color here, this is their heart opening up to you. This feels like they're ready to set aside that indecisiveness. Like there's different aspects within me, but they're not going to fight each other anymore. They're going to coexist. So I'm going to set these swords down and I'm going to just fly towards the sun without a care. You're like freeing this person. You're unleashing them. And it's so cool too that you guys chose the Carnelian, because I feel so much like passion, creativity in here as well. Yeah, there's some message about you guys creatively inspiring this person, whether they're just like listening to music and thinking about you, watching movies and thinking about you, or actually making stuff with you in mind. When they are experiencing or making creative works, I think you're very heavily on their mind. So let's get another card. Ooh, oh my gosh. So 2 cards fell out at the same time. It's the 2 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. I'm gonna keep these together. If you guys have watched more than a few pick-a cards, I probably don't need to tell you what the 2 of Cups means, but it is a soulmate card. It is a romantic relationship card. It's a card about a beautiful, healthy, harmonious, loving energy exchange, seeing somebody as your partner, seeing somebody as your person. So they want you. They want to be with you, plain and simple. They don't want anybody else. They want you. And with the 4 of Pentacles, this means that they're not going to let go. In this card, usually we would see like the person clutching onto the coins. You know the one. He's holding onto the coins and then he's stepping on the coins so they don't go anywhere. It's this feeling of clutching. So yes, this person is not going to let go of you. But there are, I'm going to say these are doves, these white birds flying in the sky, because again, this makes me think of freedom. So when this person says, I'm not letting go of you, this is not like, you can't go anywhere, I'm not going to let you. It's not like in a possessive way. It's just like, I will not let go. You know, I will keep thinking about you. I'm going to keep my sights on you. And even if you do walk away, there's always going to be a place for you in my heart. You're always going to be special to me. You've like imprinted or impressed on me in a way that nobody else has. And you're always going to be valuable to me. You're my treasure. I'm thinking of, it's in the Shadowscapes Tarot, where on the 4 of Pentacles, we see a dragon protecting her treasure. So again, there's like some protective feeling towards you, feeling that you're very, very valuable. This kind of feeling with the 2 of Cups, it doesn't come around very often. And so they really want to treasure this and nurture it. And I feel an angelic energy in the 4 of Pentacles too, with 4 being an angelic number. With Pentacles, they feel very like secure. So this kind of adds to that feeling like there is some divine orchestration here, like we were seeing with the dreams and like we were seeing with plot. They really feel like you are their soulmate. And yes, this is the wording that they would use. You are my soulmate. You are my person. So this may be a realization that came to them the last time they saw you, or it really just reinforced that for them. And I think this is something that they have been thinking and feeling ever since. Let's get One more card. What were they thinking and feeling the last time they saw you? Six of Wands. This is a card about victory. Oh, wait. If there were other people around, actually, okay. So if there were other people around when they saw you last, they were very like proud to be seen with you because the Six of Wands, it's almost like a celebrity energy. It's a person who is popular. It's a person that people admire. We saw you earlier in this 10th house energy, which is like you're at the top. You're the top dog to this person. You're like as the best of the best. You're the cream of the crop. So if there were other people around the last time they saw you, they were like, oh, look, I'm talking to this person. I'm talking to group 4. And that made them feel very proud. But if it was just the two of you, then I feel that they may be bragging. They may be bragging to people in their life about you, like bragging about what happened the last time you guys were together, or just bragging that they know you. Like this person feels really, really proud to know you. The 10th house is at the top of the zodiac wheel. So it's like the place where everybody can see. It represents the top of the sky where everybody can see. So they want everybody to know that they know you or that you are theirs. It's like, I want to make you mine, and then I want everybody to know. They want to show you off. They want to be official. That's another meaning that I get from the Six of Wands, is like an official relationship. So yeah, there's a lot of pride here. And then, like I said in the beginning, this is a message of victory as well. I'm feeling dizzy and lightheaded again. Woo! It's a message of victory, of getting the outcome that you want. I often think of, it's kind of cool. These are very similar. Like the birds flying towards the sun. I often think of this as like you're winning someone over, so to speak, or like you really wanted to be with somebody and you finally got it, so you're victorious in that way. This person really wants to triumph with you. And if you guys have been through any hard times, they really want to get over that and have like a happy new chapter with you. I actually really do like, I kind of want to visit the similarities here. They're letting go of this inner fight that they've had within themselves, embracing all of themselves, and they're flying towards the sun. You can think of the sun actually as like the solar plexus, which is your authentic expression. You can think of it as Leo energy, which is like your confidence, letting your true light shine. And with the clouds here, which represent confusion, it's almost like they're saying, I don't know 100% who my true self is, but I'm sure as hell not going to figure out by suppressing certain parts of myself or by running away from myself. I just got to accept the uncertainty. Like, I don't know what I'm going to get when I dive deep into myself, but I have to try. That's the only way I can free myself. That's the only way I can figure out who myself is so that I can be myself. So, sorry, that was kind of a messy sentence, but they're taking this journey of self-discovery even though they don't know what they're going to find. But they would rather be free and dive into this uncertainty than constantly like guarding or suppressing parts of themselves, because like, I don't want to know what's there. I don't want to know about this panther. And they'll realize that the panther was never bad. Like the whole time they were afraid of this panther, and probably when they go to unleash it, the panther is going to come and like cuddle them. And your guides are saying there might be a message somewhere in here for you. If there's any aspect of you that you have been suppressing, that you view as bad or shameful, or that you are afraid of, the only way you can get over that fear is to unleash it. The answer is not to continue banishing it. You have to set it free. And you'll realize it's not as bad as you thought it was, and it was never bad. It's so sad, like having a shadow self, because it's just like people that you gave too much power to when you were a child, because you didn't know any other way, who got to decide like this part of you is good and this part of you is bad. And then you like live in fear of a certain part of yourself for your whole life. Well, unless you wake up and unleash the shadow, but you guys might have a shadow too that is really not so scary. that you think is like a bad part of you, but it's really not. This can definitely be for both of you. But what I really like about this transition is like the clouds have cleared now. There was clouds in front of the sun and now there aren't. And this is like, I know who I am now and I'm not afraid of myself anymore. And I love it. And this reminds me of like the Four of Wands, like the archway where you unite under. You're coming together completely integrated, completely whole, completely loving yourself. And look, there's people following suit. So the way this person wants to be official and show you off, like, you guys will totally become, if you want, of course, you will totally become like that couple that everybody wants to be like, and people will follow suit. You'll inspire people to become their true self as well. So I really, really like this energy. We are going to move on to the spirit guide, messages, and advice section of this reading. So I'm going to take a couple oracle cards from a couple different decks and see what they would like to say to you. This could be messages about the connection, or it could just be a general message for you. They may actually also address your person in this part of the reading, because I've seen in previous piles some of the cards that come out, I'm like, oh, this is a message for your person. But I'm gonna just leave it open to them and see whatever they would like to tell you. That was very bad shuffle. Let's try that again. Okay, two coming out at the same time. The first one, look, keep being you. What others say or do is a reflection of them, not you. Don't take anything personally. It drains your energy. You see, this is exactly what we were talking about. Anybody, and this is a message for your person, and I think it can also be a message for you guys. Like, the parts of you that you deem as bad, I feel like that's not even coming from you. It's something that you've learned, and it's something that you've internalized. And when we're in our earlier years, we don't have like the mental capacity to say like, oh, that person has a problem with me because they're just projecting or they're just insecure. Like, we don't really have the faculty to be critical like that. So if somebody punishes us for something or gets mad at us for something, we're just like, oh, I must be a terrible person. This must be something that is wrong with me. And then we just banish it because we don't want to experience that punishment or being yelled at or being shunned or whatever it is. That sucks. That feels terrible. So why would we keep exhibiting that personality trait? You know, like, we don't have the confidence to be like, screw you then. And we can't really do that, especially if you're a child and it's like your parents who are punishing you for being a certain way. You can't be like 5 years old and be like, fine, mom, I don't need you. Like, it's just not fair. Like, that sucks that our shadow develops at that time. But I feel like we can definitely, no, we can, not I feel like, we can definitely heal retroactively or retrospectively and say that whatever negative judgment was cast upon us at that time, it's not objective, it's not grounded in reality. That's just somebody else's projection based on their own insecurity or their own expectation of who I should be. But I'm grown now and I don't have to meet anybody's expectation. And it's about time that I revisit the aspects of myself that I haven't seen in so long. Because I feel like you and this person, you're like remembering it as like, oh my gosh, it's such an ugly part of me. But then you open it up and you're like, wait, this is what I was afraid of? Like, your person, for example, when they let this panther come out, they think it's going to be this horrible, like, controlling, bossy, blinded by rage, consuming everything in sight. They're going to let it out and it's like, oh, I feel enthusiastic. I feel passionate. I feel like I want to put myself first. Like, I feel like you guys need to not demonize yourselves, and anybody can take notes from this, anybody. And actually, looking at your side again, if we interpret this in the same way, you know, oh yeah, because you literally, like, if this is your self, your shadow self that is being suppressed, you literally have it in chains here. So this might be your spiritual side, your intuitive side, your very emotionally sensitive side, your empathic side, the part of you that really deeply cares. And Capricorns, like, I love Capricorn. I love all the signs, but I have noticed that a lot of unevolved Capricorns kind of have this like, fuck love, I just want money, I don't care about emotions, me, you know, like kind of, sorry if you're a Capricorn watching this, I don't mean to roast you, but I have seen many unevolved Capricorns like this. So you guys might have a little bit of that guarded, like, you know, my emotions are illogical, my emotions don't make sense, and so they don't have a place here, especially if you grew up around people who thought like that. Like, there's no space here for gray area. There's no space here for things being fluid, for your emotions fluctuating. Like, you always have to be consistent. You always have to make sense. And so the part that you choose to show might be that, like, you know, practical, very grounded in the material world, level-headed kind of energy. But within you, there's like this very emotional fish that just wants to cry and just wants to not make sense sometimes. Like, I don't want to have to make sense all the time. I just want to feel what I feel and let it out. And I want to believe in my spirituality, and I want to have my crystals, and I want to believe in magic. Like, that might be the part of you guys that is wanting to come out more. And maybe this person is calling that out of you as well. But wow, all of that to say, let's just read it again. Keep being you. Both of you. I'm talking both of you. Keep being you. What others say or do is a reflection of them, not you. Don't take anything personally. It drains your energy. Really cannot be overstated. And then your other one, I am a powerful manifester. I trust, I believe, I receive. That's just a beautiful message for anything, for this connection and for your life in general. I almost just like, I didn't mean to pick up this deck. I meant to pick up the other one, but maybe there's another message for you in here. I am love. I give love freely. I receive love constantly. Okay, so now let's look at our angel guidance deck. Woo! Fresh air. Your body needs refreshment from oxygenated air generated by grass, trees, plants, and flowers. Spend time outside today, as near to Mother Nature's cradle as possible. Open your curtains and windows to refresh your home as well. So there's a message here of spending time in nature, of grounding yourself. This also feels like some kind of cleansing to me. Like this card says, open your windows, air out your house, get that stale and stagnant energy out. Oh, sorry, I'm burping a little bit. If you guys have sage, you might want to sage your house, or you can make full moon water. I feel like I've been doing this spiel a few times recently in my video, so maybe there's a lot of people who need to do this. Set water outside on the night of the full moon. Some people say it's better to harvest it before sunrise, but if you don't feel like waking up before sunrise, same, don't worry about it. You can get it when the sun comes up. And then you just put it in a spray bottle. I usually put like a piece of clear quartz in mine, and then you just spray around your house, and this will banish the negative energy. Some of you guys might also be wanting to distance yourselves from certain people or situations that you feel might be keeping you in this loop of suppressing things. I feel like there's a lot of pent up energy or suppressed emotions in you guys that is wanting to be unleashed. Because fresh air, of course, this is kind of literally talking about nature, but I'm also thinking of like you guys having room to breathe. Like you don't always need to have someone breathing down your neck and telling you how to be. and play. Beloved one, it's time to set aside work for a while. Yeah, you guys need a break. I feel like you need to disconnect for a bit and just, like you need a physical and mental vacation. Don't worry, we will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety, and laughter will lift your energy so that you'll return to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. Really lovely message. I do want to focus on, don't worry, we will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Because we had this card, which was talking about you guys being a powerful manifester. You trust, you believe, you receive. This is a general message for you guys on your manifestation journey, not just about this connection. You guys need to learn more how to trust the universe to get to work, you know? Like, I don't know, this is like a weird example, but let's say you're uploading a video. Like you're uploading a video to YouTube and you keep like checking every 30 seconds. Like, how did it keep uploading? I just want to make sure it didn't stop uploading. You know, I want to make sure we're still good. And your angels are saying like, yes, don't worry. Like you can leave the laptop here and you can go and do other things. It's just going to keep uploading. Don't worry. Like it's not going to stop. And I feel like you guys, it's like you keep coming back to check on your manifestation, or maybe I didn't do enough action. Okay, let me do this now. It's like you need to relinquish the control and trust. Like you don't have to put so much effort. Like if you would just try letting go, you would see that your manifestations are going to come to fruition anyway. Put a little bit more of the responsibility on your angels. Put a little bit more of the work to them. They're like, we can handle it. And they're kind of saying it in a way that they're like poking fun because they're so much more massive than us and they're so much more capable than us. So they're like, don't worry, human. Us little angels can handle it. Haha. That's probably Michael. He's sassy like that. But yes, these are all the messages that I have for you guys. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely check out Adora's Lights video if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.